What an incredible start to the morning. This is your feel-good breakfast show where you came with all the energy you need. It's the middle of the week, but we're going to be convinced that it's a Friday today.
It feels like a Friday,
energy coming your way.
And listen, we're also celebrating something so special.
Ooh.
It's International Day of Yoga, and we're going to bring in an incredible instructor, Johal Siriabos, who, alongside the Earth Child Project, is championing things like wellness and also mindfulness for South Africa's youth. Plus, she'll guide us through a simple 5-minute yoga and breathwork routine that you can definitely do right where you are.
So does that mean that they have no excuse?
Zero excuse.
Yep, you heard it, Mzansi. So come move with us, and I cannot wait to give you your zen. And speaking of zen, why don't we take it all the way to the kitchen? Because the Culinary hotline is heating up with a professional chef and patissier. We're talking about Sumaya Sheriff in the building, and she knows us and knows how to make a luxe ruby chocolate steamer. I don't even know what that is, but we're going to find out that's apparently what it looks like. So let's dive straight in. And then on top of this, an indulgent pistachio nuffer chocolate bonbon.
What is that?
I don't even know where this is. This from our world, from our time?
I don't even think so.
It's from the future.
Otherworldly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Get into my mouth right now. And bringing hearts and harmony to the studio is Afrikaans singer and musician, also a friend of Expresso. Jakkie Louw is going to come on through performing his brand new single. It's called Wees Lief.
Yeah, man. So listen, Zanzi, stick around. It's going to be soulful, soothing, and seriously delicious. That's the morning up on your feel-good breakfast show. This is Expresso. And before we even do anything, let's chat to you. As always, starting off a two-way conversation. And we'd love to know from you, if you could design your dream home from scratch, would you rather have a walk-in closet the size of a bedroom or a kitchen made for a master chef? Oh, these are the questions that we are asking, and we want you to come through and tell us more about your dream home, what you must have in it. Don't forget the numbers 063 036 9649. We got you covered, Mzansi. Don't forget the hashtag Expresso Show, and don't forget, we want to see pictures, we want to see inspo, we want voice notes, we want it all. Dream, go wild, and maybe we can make that materialization station come to life, because we've got a plug for you. But you got to stick around to find out more. For now, the official duties must commence. And of course, the beautiful Carissa, looking like a forest, looking divine, is ready to serve. Let's go.
That's right, Raul. 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get into your national news headlines. South Africa is one step closer to exiting the Financial Action Task Force's grey list, as an on-site inspection is expected soon. Now, this visit marks the final hurdle in the review process. Since being grey-listed in 2023 over lapses in anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing, the country has completed all 22 recommended actions in the Action Task Force Action Plan. National Treasury Advisor Ismail Mumaniat has praised intensified law enforcement efforts in addressing financial crimes. In other national news, Justice Minister Mamoloko Kabia has acknowledged issues within the National Prosecuting Authority. That's during a parliamentary briefing on annual goals and budgets. MPs questioned when NPA head Shamila Batoyi would resign, citing failures in several high-profile cases. However, Batoyi argued that such cases should be reviewed individually and said that she would not be stepping down. Now, the discussion reflects broader frustration with the authority's performance and growing demands for a leadership change, as public trust in South Africa's criminal justice system remains under scrutiny. In your international news making headlines, Mali has begun constructing a major gold refinery with backing from Russia's Yadrin Group and a Swiss investor. The 200-ton capacity plant, in which Mali holds a majority stake, aims to process all of the country's gold domestically. Now, this move aligns with recent regional shifts towards national resource control seen in Niger, Guinea, and Burkina Faso. Although no completion date was given, the refinery's capacity far exceeds Mali's current annual gold output and supports new laws mandating local processing. Meanwhile, unpublished academic papers believed to be written by British codebreaker and computer science pioneer Alan Turing are heading to auction in Staffordshire, England. Turing, who cracked Nazi Germany's Igna code during World War II, helped shape the future of computing. Now, the rare papers were passed to mathematician Norman Rutledge by Turing's mother after his death, then lay forgotten in an attic for decades. Rutledge's family nearly discarded them before realizing their value. With a few of his works published, the find offers a rare glimpse into Turing's brilliant legacy. Now let's close off over here where football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday presented US President Donald Trump with a signed Portugal number 7 jersey inscribed with the message, "To President Donald J. Trump, playing for peace." The thoughtful gesture was delivered at the G7 summit in Canada via European Council President Antonio Costa and follows growing global concern over the escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. When Trump raised the jersey for cameras, it created a rare, light-hearted moment, earning praise across social media as a reminder that even sports icons can play a part in fostering diplomacy and goodwill. Good on Cristiano for that move. Absolutely love it. That's where we leave your first bit of news. Let's get into some sporting highlights with Ryle.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And yeah, something to celebrate if you're South African, because Mamelodi Sundowns claimed their first ever FIFA Club World Cup win with a 1-0 triumph over Ulsan HD in Orlando. Now, the Group F clash was delayed by a weather warning, but Sundowns overcame the disruption and secured top spot ahead of Borussia Dortmund as well as Fluminense, who played to a goalless draw earlier. Well, from football, we move to rugby news, and the All Black star, Ardie Savea, will skip the 2026 Super Rugby season with Moana Pacifica, and that's going to be taking a sabbatical to play for Japan's Kobe Steelers. Now, New Zealand Rugby confirmed he remains available for tests through November and will return in 2026. And Moana coach Tana Umaga said Savea, the 2025 Super Rugby Pacific Player of the Year, will be welcome back in 2027. Well, we move to cricket news, and Tasman Brits smashed 101 runs, and Masabata Klaas starred with the ball as the Proteas women thrashed the West Indies by 166 runs, and that's via the Duckford-Lewis system to seal a 2-1 ODI series win in Barbados. Now, rain interruptions couldn't derail the Proteas, who posted 278 for 6 wickets before skittling the hosts. Now, the dominant display capped a strong comeback after losing their first match. Brilliant composure indeed, and much the same for top seed Carlos Alcaraz, who marked his return after winning the French Open with a 6-4, 7-6 win over Australia's Adam Walton, and this was at Queen's on Tuesday. Now, playing on grass for the first time since his Wimbledon triumph, Alcaraz was pushed but held firm. And earlier, Britain's Jack Draper cruised past Jensen's Brooksby for a 6-3, 6-1 innings to reach round 2. Well, definitely exciting stuff in the world of sport. For now, though, let's see what you can expect when it comes to weather.
Thank you so much, Ralph, for updating us on all things sports. Let's see what's happening in your weather. And we start here where South Africa's Weather Service says much the same as yesterday, with the South African Weather Service warning of very cold conditions in the Western Cape interior and Namakwa district in the Northern Cape. Now, daytime temperatures will remain at or below 10 degrees until Saturday, with rain across much of the western province. A yellow level 2 warning for damaging waves between Saldanha Bay and East London has been issued, along with a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds between Cape Point and East London. That's affecting small vessels and potential beach disruptions. Well, let's get into your sunrise view of this hour to kickstart our Wednesday morning. And this one's sent from Kariga by Mersha, looking absolutely stunning. Now, I know you see some clouds above you, Mersha, but let me tell you that they will part very soon and present to you the most beautiful Wednesday that you've probably seen in a minute. 19 degrees is the average that you can expect in the Kariga region. And thank you for definitely showing us what hope looks like for the rest of the country. If you'd like to share your morning view with us, you could do so on 0630369649. We look forward to that, delving into it at 7 and 8 o'clock this morning as we check out your temperatures for the country for today. office experiencing a low of -3. We are sending you so much love, keeping you in our thoughts and prayers, and definitely have something so beautiful to warm you up this morning. Now, we're going to be celebrating International Day of Yoga. And if you don't know what yoga is, we'll get into all the details of that with Joelle Sleebos. I can't wait to do also a routine with her. I know Raul's going to be put through his paces, but you and I might just do a 5-minute breathing exercise together. I think when it comes to that midweek rush, we all just need a moment to bring ourselves towards ourselves, and we'll get into that along with your cup of coffee straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and happy Wednesday to you. And I say that with a smile on my face because we're getting into a very important chat all around celebrating International Day of Yoga. Now, it all goes down this Saturday, and it's a global celebration of the mind and body connection and the transformative power of stillness, movement, and your breath. Now, joining us in studio is international yoga instructor Joelle Sleebos, who, alongside the Earth Child Project, is helping uplift and empower youth through yoga, through mindfulness, and through selfless service. Now, it's a powerful reminder that inner peace can be a catalyst for outer change. Joelle, welcome back. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
How incredible it is that internationally we get to celebrate a movement of yoga. And it is really important to really drop into yourself. That's something that I've noticed from practicing yoga on and off throughout the years. So let's get into talking a bit more about what your thoughts are on this incredible milestone that we'll be celebrating.
Well, yoga is such a gift to the world, and it's been around for so many years. I mean, it's not really exercise, even though obviously the body will also benefit from doing yoga, but it's so much more because you also get to know yourself in your mind, in your heart, your emotions. You really get to hold yourself regardless of what is happening in the outer world. You can just pause that and feel what's happening on the inside of you. And I think that's why it's so unique, and it's important to pause and actually reflect on that and what is gifted many, many people over many thousands of years.
Absolutely. Now, people are sitting there going, I too want that gift. Often it might seem a bit inaccessible for people to get into yoga. So is it for everyone?
Yoga is definitely for everyone. I know it's a bit intimidating for some because you see us do these like really crazy poses.
The legs are here, the hands are here.
Handstands, everything. And that's actually a little bit sad because yoga is not about that. And lots of people also go to me like, oh, no, yoga is not for me. I'm not flexible. And I'm like, well, maybe that's why we should try.
Exactly.
And yoga is also a place where, you know, our world is very competitive and very achievement focused, while yoga is not that. So I think people sometimes come onto the mat thinking they need to be able to do the same as the person next to them, but we practice together regardless if it's your first time or if you've been practicing for years and years and years. It's not competitive. It's about actually almost closing your eyes and going inwards and just being with yourself.
Wow. So, being present, right?
Yes.
It's all about being where you are, where you're at right now.
Yeah, exactly. And also allowing yourself to really truthfully feel what's going on without having to put on a mask or show the outer world, I'm fine. Well, actually on the inside, maybe you're not. And on your mat, you can just be quiet. You can feel that. You can just breathe with that and say, you know, yeah, there is maybe something going on, but in a very graceful and gentle way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
and then you sweat at the same time.
Exactly,
so
which is
always,
such a great release.
Yes.
I have definitely, admittedly, cried after a yoga session because of that release.
Yes.
And
Something
I'm like,
magical happens, and I can't even explain it.
Because you've been holding on to this tension for so long, and then it's like, just release and let it go.
Exactly.
Well, let's bring it back to the Mother City. I know we're celebrating International Day of Yoga. What's happening here?
So we're celebrating it on Sunday. Saturday is the International Day of Yoga. So everywhere around the world, we just, on the streets, on the parks, but it's raining in Cape Town. Unfortunately, it's not in the middle of summer here. So we have a beautiful venue on a rooftop, and we will gather the larger community. You know, there's many studios. We're very spoiled in Cape Town, actually, with the amount of studios that are out there. Absolutely. But here we come all together. We will have yoga all day long from 8 to 4 o'clock. Sure. There'll be a family session at 11 o'clock, so the kids can come. The kids from Child's Project will be there. There's going to be a yoga market. There's going to be a raffle with amazing prizes. So all the brands and studios in Cape Town have given back to be there and to just remember how important yoga is. And it's all about community that day and just having fun and celebrating this beautiful gift that connects us.
Yes, definitely. Speaking about connection, you also said the Child Project, and I would love to touch base on that. What are you doing with them? What does that collaboration look like?
So, the day itself, principally, it's about celebrating the gift of yoga, but then also about selfless service. It's my seva. It's a practice. The word is seva in the yoga philosophy, where you, do selfless service. So this is me giving back to the community, and we raise funds. And why not give it to an amazing NGO called Child Project that actually brings yoga to the kids in townships. And I was very fortunate the way I was raised, and it's changed my life. It completely, yoga's transformed me in who I am and how I've become, I think, a kinder person and a more compassionate person, a more patient person. I feel safer in the world because I can return in myself. So giving that to those children is absolutely amazing. Those kids at school, they perform better. They are in a better relationship with each other. They get less tempted. So it's really life-changing for them.
Sure. Joelle, if you could give somebody some advice to drop into themselves today or encourage them to start yoga for themselves, what would you say?
Start with breathing. We breathe all day long and we forget. Your breath, you always have it with you. Practically seen, pick a studio that's close to you and just go and find a teacher that makes you feel comfortable. It's a bit of shopping around, right? There's that I also understand. There's so many types of yoga from, Ashtanga, Vinyasa, and you'll just have to shop around until you find a place and a type of yoga and a teacher that makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah, safe as
but
well.
don't wait, just do it today. This is a great week to try.
Yes,
I mean, it's
so
International
too.
Day of Yoga on
And I
Saturday.
love that. And the fact that we get to try it together, Expresso fam, is incredible. I know Raul is standing by because Joelle will send him through his paces in just a little bit. But this is for all of us. The breathing, the movement. We can all start right now this morning. Joelle, please, you can join him and we'll all get involved together.
Amazing.
Yeah, so Mzansi, after that incredible conversation, let me invite you to do the following before we even start to move. Find something comfortable or a space that you can move in right now. Take a big breath. And once again, let's invite Joelle to our space as she brings on our Zen. I love that conversation. Thank you for reminding us about what yoga really is, because I come from this very competitive world where to have fun, you got to win. And I think yoga is such a beautiful thing that changes the entire perception of having fun and being present. You only win if you can be present and be peaceful and distract the chaos around you. So
Yes.
I love the paradigm shift this offers, and I'm hoping that we can continue with that momentum as we move towards this weekend's event, right? It's
Amazing.
something really exciting to look forward
Yes.
to. Before we do talk about that, what do you have for us in terms of movement?
Well, I actually thought to start with stillness, because
Okay.
the counter of movements, because in this world a lot is about moving, doing more. So actually countering that with an energy of stillness, I thought to start with that. this
So you're bringing
morning.
balance to the world.
And and yourself.
I love
and
that.
there for the world.
Okay,
Yes.
so Mzansi, clearly, if you're looking for some balance, for some zen, then join us right now as we bring stillness to a world of chaos. Joelle, take it away.
So you can just bring your feet together and really feel the earth. Can you feel, well, the mat in this case. And then for a moment, roll your shoulders back and close your eyes. Now we have shut out the outer world and we can start to feel what's happening on the inside. Maybe you can feel your own heartbeats. And then start to listen to your own breath. So just notice when you're inhaling and how that inhale becomes an exhale. You can inhale through the nose and just a little sigh out of the mouth. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, and now hold the breath for a moment for 4 counts. And then breathe out of the mouth for 4, 3, 2. Hold the breath again at the bottom. 2 more rounds. Inhale for 4, 3, 2. Hold. Exhale for 4, 3, 2. Hold. Last one, inhales gently and softly for 4 counts, fill up. At the bottom, hold for 4 counts. Gently exhale, 4, 3. And hold at the bottom. And then place your hands together in front of your heart, a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for this day, for your health, for your friends, for your community. And then slowly open your eyes. Can you feel the difference?
Absolutely.
And that was just so short.
Wow, I have to comment on the feeling of that breath work. For me, it really does bring you to your center, especially the moment where you release your breath.
Yes.
And there's that 4-second hold where there's almost nothing.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful.
It's like a void.
It
Almost,
is. There's
yeah.
no chaos, there's no stress, there's no strain. It's just like real fast tracking towards that sort of yogic state. I don't know how else to explain it really.
Yeah, and the nice thing is you can never forget your breath. It's always there with you. So if you have like a conversation or something important and you can feel you're nervous, just take a couple of breaths.
This is a practice I unintentionally and maybe intentionally used in some of the most stressful moments of my life. Big MC gigs, representing South Africa on the big stage. I found being overwhelmed by that stress, box breathing.
This is box
Is this
breathing.
box breathing? Ah, well, there we go.
Wow, I'm
this makes
impressed.
absolute sense.
Yes.
It's something I would use as my superpower to take on some of the most biggest challenges in my life. And I think what you're sharing with Mzansi right now is exactly that. This is a superpower to get us into that perfect state to take on life.
First, find your inner calm. and then you can conquer anything.
So maybe if we can,
Yes.
take Mzansi through that practice again, exactly what was going on. It was 4 seconds of...
So it's a box.
Yes.
So it's an inhale for, let's say, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then the same hold, and then the same breathe out, and then the same hold.
And that hold at the bottom, it feels like you are literally, I don't know, just like...
Yes.
You just arrive.
And in general, also, this is a box breath, but there's many beautiful
Yes.
breathing techniques. Generally, if you are, for example, even lying in bed, you're a bit stressed, exhale longer than inhale, and your inner world will calm down. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This
Yeah.
is like...
Yeah, it's magic.
You're given the magic wand, and Mzansi, you now get to wave it around and do as you will. But I can't be more grateful for this feeling we've been blessed with. I hope you're feeling it too. But if you're in Cape Town, it gets even better, because this weekend, if you are a yoga lover and perhaps keen on trying it out for yourself, then please go visit Joelle's website for more information about International Day of Yoga. There's a competition taking place on Sunday. It's at the rooftop on Bree, and she would absolutely love to have you there and allow you to share in the beautiful ambiance. That was so good. Can we do that again?
Yes, of course. You want to bring some arms with it?
Yeah, yes.
So inhale, 4, 3, 2, palms to touch, hold for 4. Bring your hands back to your heart for 4.
While we find our center and
3,
bring ourselves back
2.
to our purpose. Carissa, how are you doing on your side?
Well, you can see we were on the social, so you have no excuse but to definitely be part of this, and a beautiful way to just breathe and make sure that your Wednesday gets started on the best of notes. Right now, as they continue in the background, we still have more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Yes, we need to get into our culinary hotline bling. We also need to meet a beautiful woman by the name of Chesray Dolpha. I can't wait to get to know her story and how she does storytelling in this day and age. And then we touch base with Absa, our friends over there, and see how they are empowering the next gen to make sure that they are definitely fit for what is to come. Thank you so much to our beautiful Joelle for continuing what she's doing. And I think you and I can do this together. Breathe in, breathe out.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I can't wait to tick this entertainment box because I have to tell you about somebody so incredibly special. Born and raised in Eitzig and Balha on the Cape Flats, Chesray Dolpha's story is one of quiet revolution. Now today, she's a Tony-nominated theatre producer and a storytelling strategist whose work spans Broadway, Harlem, Columbia University, and soon back home right here in the mother city. Now Chesray's leadership on stage and behind the scenes centers one thing thing. Stories that move people, shift power, and also amplify communities, often pushed to the edges, to the periphery. Now, this Youth Month, we're honored to speak with someone who has become a global voice grounded in local truth. Chesray, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
You look
So-
absolutely stunning.
No, you look stunning.
Stop
Stop
it. Look
it.
at this. No, I love this. So I know that I
Yes.
mentioned that you grew up with both Eitzig and Balha carried with you.
Yeah.
Do you ever recall back to those moments when you are in spaces that you never imagined yourself to be? Do you carry it with you everywhere?
Everywhere. It's so deeply installed. I mean, I come from a generation where my grandmother, helped my mother raise us, and
Sure.
just a legacy of women, supporting me, telling me how to move, how to be, how to exist in spaces. And so, yeah, I feel like I stand on that kind of legacy, and I take that with me everywhere.
Oh my goodness. I just know that your Oma and your mother
Kijk
looking
zo.
at you like, oh, that's my girl.
Baie
That's
trots op
my...
my. Ja,
Absolutely.
ja.
Even me. Like, I'm sitting here
Ja.
going, yes, girl, thank you for representing something that is so incredible in international stages, right? Working in New York's theater scene.
Yes.
I mean, that is incredible in and of itself. Never mind being nominated.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we'll get into that. But I know that it's a constant battle of ego
Yeah.
versus having to bring your art, your calling, your voice to the
Yes.
table. How did you navigate that?
Yeah, I think I try to navigate it by staying grounded in how I was raised and being in touch with my selfhood and the things that I feel like I was raised as, like, there was earmarked as important to my mother, showing up with care, showing up with grace, and helping people or supporting people from a place of love. And so I try to move in that way. I try to create, rehearsal spaces, producing spaces that feel joyful and inclusive.
Yeah.
And I hope that, I'm doing it. You can just try, and that's what I think I try and do every day.
That's the best part.
Yeah, moment by moment, I say,
Yes.
But that's how I think I try to approach those spaces. And, you always have to talk to ego and say, ego, asseblief, vat jou plek. Gaan sit.
Please, there's no space here
There's
for
no
you.
space for you. Yeah.
But I mean, let's talk a little bit about New
Yeah,
York,
yeah, yeah.
New York. I think
Asseblief.
that is so beautiful. Yes, you must move with kindness and compassion,
Yes.
but it's New York,
It's
baby.
New York, yeah, no,
Tell me more
100%.
about it.
Listen here, there is nothing like the energy of New York. And I became a creative. I've been in New York for 17 years almost. I've been there a lifetime. So I really became a creative in the New York City scene. And there's something about the energy, the hustle, that makes you a better artist and creative, because you are continuously in rooms with people who worked so hard to be there, who's done everything they had to do to be there, and so have I. And so, when you're in those rooms, in those spaces, you try to, be assured, straighten up your spine a little bit
Absolutely.
and square the shoulders off, and take up space. And so, yeah, I think that's one way that I'm trying to kind of navigate it. But New York City really teaches you a hustle that I think is unlike anywhere else in the world.
Sure.
And it has allowed me to build a rigor in my artistic practice that I just am so proud of.
And when it comes to your artistic practice, I mean, storytelling is probably the main thing that you do, whether it's production, rehearsals.
Yeah.
So what story are you trying to tell?
You know what? I think so far the stories that have come to me, the stories that somehow has found its way to, my artistic hands, has been the stories of Black women and Black femmes and Black queer voices. I, in New York at this point, I'm almost directing exclusively work around either written by Black women, produced by Black women, where the lead is a Black woman. And so a lot of my work, I think, has kind of centered around this. And again, building on the legacy of Oma and my ma and al die aunties wat my groot gemaak het. So I feel like my work has really come to center like those identities. And it's also a room that I feel very comfortable in often because it's a room that represents how we were raised in a way. So I think that's part of the voices that I'm trying to center and support in my work.
Yeah. I absolutely love that. I feel like many young girls and boys might be looking at you, and we all know that representation matters, right? And you are standing in the space of international representation. So if you were to encourage them to trust in themselves, to be assured in their own artistic voice, what would you tell them today?
Don't wait for people to produce your work, to write your work, to sing your work, to put your work on a stage. For a lot of us, it started off in church. I grew up in a Pentecostal Pinksterkerk. Kring dans, in tale praat. Uitval, okay?
know
That's
this
what I'm
life.
saying.
Yes.
So I think, you know, a lot of us come already from these places where we get to see people on all kinds of platforms. I think you shouldn't wait for people to come and acknowledge it or for people to come and fund it. You write it, you do it, you put it on a stage, learn your craft, put energy into it. If it's singing, learn how to be a good singer. Sing at whatever, you know, civic function there is. Like, don't take those small stages for granted, because I feel like that's where a lot of us build some of our tenacity, is that you start learning from a very early age. What does it mean to put on a show in Bialao in Eitzig? And then from there to maybe a bigger stage, and then from there to a bigger stage. But you have to start small, because I think that's really how you build character. Yeah.
Sure, 17 years in New York, but we will claim her till the end of days. Thank you so much, always and forever. You are such an inspiration, and I know that many people, young and old right now, are watching you. So proud of you, and also can't wait to see you come home with more awards, more nominations.
Yes, and I'll see you in New York, right?
Yes, that's where we will meet up next.
Thank you.
Manifestation Station is what we call it, and we will definitely be flaring our artistic flair out there in New York. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That's a smile on my face as I stand in front of some homegrown talent and pure magic. Thank you for that inspiration. And we're going to keep the inspiration going right now, because I think June is obviously Youth Month, and it's here in South Africa. And it's a time to honor the legacy of young changemakers and also spotlight the opportunities shaping the next generation. And I think when it comes to real impact, economic empowerment is absolutely key. So growth really requires both stepping stones as well as bold leaps. And I think that's exactly what's happening at the Black Business Summit. This is where we caught up with Absa, and it's got a strong focus on empowering Black women and youth-owned businesses. And Absa is helping to drive inclusive growth and unlock a future where young entrepreneurs can thrive. Let's go take a look.
The purpose of the Black Business Summit mainly is to gather decision makers from both government, business, civil society, to basically come and share ideas and also share potential solutions that we can take and implement. So it's very, very important that we don't become a talk shop, it becomes an implementation forum. The 2025 one is very different, because this is for the first time in 31 years when we have a government of national unity. The GNU has basically done 1 year, and it's the right time for the government and the ministers to come basically in account. So this is almost like a mini Davos. It's one of its own in South Africa. There are not many of these where we have speakers of this caliber.
Which means that Black people standing together can build a nation.
And so that informs how we allocate resources within the department, how we structure our partnerships, and how we measure the impact of our public programs.
Today we are at Black Business Council. We're very fortunate that we are here as one of the banks that have been invited and are called platinum sponsors of these great events. It's not the first time that we've been here. I think for us it's very important as part of the major banks in South Africa to be in the room, to really understand some of the challenges that some of the Black-owned businesses are facing. What we are hoping today to find is really be the catalyst of opening up opportunities to access in the funding space. Also create some space to share how we open up markets to mostly small and medium enterprises, but also to educate, because we've got a serious responsibility for us in terms of non-financial support and running the programs with the BBC.
I think at Absa we subscribe to the philosophy of active force for good in everything that we do, because we do appreciate the fact that we have to empower the continent's growth. So when you look at our purpose as an organization, it's empowering Africa's tomorrow together, one story at a time. And in that context, we think about, what impact do we want to create for people, particularly people of the continent. And when you look at the continent, women comprise of the biggest proportion of the people of the continent. But also, this is one of the continents that's endowed with youth. If you look across the globe, most of the population, is aging. However, in Africa, the population is the youngest. So when you think about growth for going forward, a lot of the growth is going to come from the continent. So from a strategy point of view, we really therefore want to be an active force for good in everything that we do, supporting women, supporting youth, and ensuring that, the continent ultimately can thrive.
I think as a first-time business owner, Absa has helped me sort of manage operations in a place where, as black innovators, we just know the business, the idea, the product, so that we don't know the nitty-gritties behind it, the marketing. So Absa has helped me a lot with the marketing perspective, getting my brand out there, being exposed. So they've given me access to market and access to events like today, the Black Business Summit.
This is another story that we bring, as a bank, because we feel very strongly that the stories of South Africa are our story. As financial enablers and being the force for good and making sure that entrepreneurs thrive over time, we feel very strongly that we should play that part as a financial enabler. So as a bank, we are fully committed in making sure that we transform and we make sure that we go with our clients wherever they are. As we always say, their stories actually matters to us.
Beautiful stuff. Start today so to make sure that you succeed for tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's about planting those seeds, isn't it?
Couldn't have said it better. Symbolically, this is what it's all about. And I think Absa is proving that the journey to economic transformation, it's not just a promise, but an action, a partnership, and of course, a whole lot of impact.
Now be sure not to go anywhere, because after the break, Chef Sumaya from Ganache Art joins us in the kitchen, and she promises to take us on a culinary chocolate journey that we've never experienced before. And we're starting off with a ruby chocolate steamer. And if you want to know what that is, because I want to know what that is, make sure you tune into the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're about to get into the Culinary Hotline, the first segment of it, as Clem went ting, ting, ting.
Subtle and classy, subtle and classy. But he knows what's coming because we want you to get ready for something sweet and something speedy. It's a round of quick fire questions. And today we're going to be joined by none other than Sumaya Sheriff, our patissier and professional chef from Ganache Art.
Ooh.
So, my lady, are we ready to be dealing with some pressure on live TV?
Definitely. Let's go.
You up for it?
I think if the kitchen is anything to represent when it comes to pressure, then this is chalk and cheese. This is easy for you, right?
Yeah, I can say this is no pressure.
Let's find out.
I've been in the pressure cooker.
Oh, geez. Within it, actually. Okay, I'm going to ask you the first question. There's only one right answer to this one, actually.
Okay.
What do you prefer, dark or milk chocolate?
Milk.
Ooh.
Definitely sweet.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. What's the one ingredient that you can't live without in a recipe?
Obvious chocolate.
Yeah, I love that answer. I celebrate that answer with you.
Okay, when it comes to chocolate and tempering chocolate, do you love it or hate it?
I love it.
Okay.
There's such a science behind it.
It's kind of like baking. There's always something that you've
Just
got
follow the steps and everything's going to work out.
Okay, just follow the
She says
steps.
that with confidence.
Yeah, that's the hard part though. Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Okay, obviously. I think that's a
Dessert
bit obvious.
first, food later.
But you're definitely not shy of combining the two, right, and finding that balance.
I'm not shy, especially if there's some good chilies in the savory.
Oh, chili and savory? Never heard
Chili
of that.
and sweet?
Yeah, chili and sweet.
Oh.
Okay, that's like a dark chocolate.
Chili
and
chocolate,
I can vibe that. Yeah, I can
yes,
vibe that. I can
yes.
vibe that. I like that.
Okay, you're going to have to help me here. Katafi. Katafi pastry?
Correct.
Okay, katafi pastry. Is it essential or is it kind of optional?
I think it gives a good texture in whether it's a savory dish or chocolate bonbons. It gives a good crunch texture. You need a good texture.
Can you please excuse my naivety, but what is that actually?
So katafi pastry is essentially kind of like phyllo pastry.
Okay,
but
okay.
it's shredded. It's a thinner, runnier version, and it's a different cooking process. But it's a pastry that's steamed.
Is it that one in those Dubai chocolates?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
It's stringy, so it's like a cousin of phyllo pastry.
Yeah, delicious actually.
okay,
All right,
okay, I can get behind that.
let's keep going. Tahini, is it a surprising addition or a secret weapon?
For me personally, I think it gives a good depth of nuttiness to chocolates, especially in the katafi pistachio filling. If you're not into sesame seeds, leave it out.
Okay.
As I said, it has a bit of a sesame vibe.
It
I don't know how to
has a very
explain that
pungent
flavor.
if you're not used to the sesame seed.
I've heard it being used in savory dishes, but you can include it in sweet dishes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, do we have it today?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Because we are making bonbons at the end of the day. What is your favorite way to enjoy a bonbon or five? Because we don't judge.
Bonbon or five?
We don't judge. We don't judge.
Well, I enjoy watching other people eat it, so especially when they bite into it and they get this, I think that's a good expression and that gives me joy. I don't really eat the chocolate so much because I do a lot of tasting, so I need to keep my palate good.
I love to have a cup of green tea when I have chocolate because in my mind it cancels each other out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
it's
true.
a nice
Is that
like
a
little
fact?
relief. Yeah, it's a
Chris's
fact.
facts of the day.
Nutritionist over here.
Okay, right, let's talk about something you absolutely love, chocolate, right? What's one tip that you might give when it comes to chocolatiers out there?
I think get a thermometer, that will be your best friend, and make sure you're just tempering your chocolate, checking on each step as you go along, and you'll be good to go.
So be present when you're making things.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Concentrate, like don't go and do another job. Concentrate on what you're doing, and tempering is key.
Because you can burn chocolates.
You can.
Okay, that's not a good thing.
Especially if it's white chocolate.
Oh, is white chocolate a thing?
So white chocolate is essentially chocolate because it has cocoa butter in it. There's no milk, cocoa solids in it. So it's cocoa butter and sugar and milk powders. So it still is chocolate because there's cocoa butter in it.
Okay,
Makes the
still
cut.
welcome. It makes
Hang
the
with the rest of
cut.
the
All right, all
chocolatiers.
right. I apologize to all white chocolate out there. Your favorite way to enjoy a bonbon, or your favorite way to garnish a bonbon, rather?
So I love using cocoa butters and just painting a mole or airbrushing a mole. I think it gives it a good personalized look on the bonbon. So you can customize it with cocoa butters. That's how it garnish a bonbon.
Nice. And I mean, if we were to create like a Sumaya bonbon, a specialty to the world, what kind of flavor would you put in that?
I'm quite weird with flavors. I like experimenting, so I think orange and pink pepper.
Hang on, I have so many questions. Pink pepper is a thing? What is that, like normal pepper but pink?
Yeah, so you get varieties of pepper. So yeah, pink pepper. And actually yesterday I just saw a pepper tree. With pink pepper.
Even more questions
my
like,
mind right
like, do you pick the pepper off the like flower, or is it like in a bee? Like, I have so many questions.
I have too many questions.
I also have to figure that one out.
Yeah, 'cause my pepper comes in a bottle and I go like this and I grind it. So I've never seen on tree. Anyways, Samaya, we're very excited to get into all your good things.
Thank
the
you.
first part of that culinary hotline bling is going to be a sweet treat, as is every one of them. So we can't wait to get into it. You're going to go ahead with Chef Clem and we'll enjoy your steamer.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here.
Delta, this pressure, so the kitchen's going to be easy peasy for you. Go and enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I think
I'm in the kitchen and I'm alone, but not for long. Chef Samaya from Ganache Art will be joining me really soon. What I want to know from you, though, is have you got any questions or voice notes for myself or Chef Samaya about chocolate? Send all those voice notes through to 063 036 9649. Are you ready, Chef?
Definitely. Yes, Chef.
Wow, we're getting very formal in the kitchen today. Love the interview. We're going to get cooking straight away. We're going to be working on something called a steamer.
Yes, so essentially it's heated milk with some white chocolate, beetroot powder, some rose syrup, which is optional.
Optional, but amazing. Yes, it should be in there. It smells so amazing. And I feel like this is what makes it special, like your signature, is that little bit of like a twist.
Yes.
This is amazing. A little bit goes a long way.
Definitely.
Ooh, love that. And rose petals.
For garnishing. We have to do garnishing for the drinks.
Romantic. Okay, cool. Let's get started.
So let's get started. Let's get our milk on to heat. So if you can just put the stove on for me, that would be perfect. Measurement-wise, measure with your heart about 2 cups.
I love recipes that start like that.
Yes, this is such a good one because you can adapt it to what your flavor profile is, your sweetness, how rich, how creamy you want it to be. So whilst we're waiting for the milk, I'm just going to explain to you white chocolate. So I'm using white chocolate in this recipe, but you can always use ruby chocolate. So ruby chocolate is essentially a different variant of chocolate. So it has a natural pink hue in it.
Nothing's been added to it. That's the actual color of it.
It's the actual color of the chocolate after the fermentation. But today I opted to use the name Ruby, but to use beetroot instead, because I think beetroot powders are underrated, and beetroot powders are also good for natural color. They have, what is the name? Let me get this right.
Would it be antioxidants or
Yes, antioxidants, but the pigment in it is called
beta-carotene. Listen, I'm just trying to win money in like a quiz game.
Beta-lane.
Raul de Mornay should have known that answer. Anyway, so that's great. So we're adding a little bit of nutrition to our... It's an aesthetic element, but we're adding a little bit of nutrition there as well.
And natural sugar.
And natural sugar, absolutely.
So even if you needed to omit the chocolate, you could still have a nice drink and be really clean about it.
No! You did not omit the chocolate. You drink this while holding chocolate in this hand. You'd never omit the chocolate, but I get you, I feel you. Especially because you're bringing the rose through and then the flowers through and the beetroot. It's going to give you quite a nice flavor profile.
Yes.
The chocolate's just there to make it lekker. Okay, so we're looking for the milk to
So
boil,
we just want to essentially heat the milk up, just enough heat so that our chocolate can melt.
Okay, so does the chocolate go straight into
the chocolate joins there. And what we also can do is we can take our beetroot powder and we can add some water. So if we dissolve the beetroot powder in some water, it'll avoid some lumps, but you can add it straight into the milk if you like. So I think for today, let's add it straight into the milk. So maybe we can add about a teaspoon of...
And is this the whisk?
Yes, that is the whisk we're going to use.
That's the whisk. So you know what we're going to say? I always say this for TV.
Teaspoon.
So if it does make lumps, we go, you see, this is why we tell you to first bloom it in some water. Okay, there we go. Just a teaspoon, that's enough?
Yes. Maybe a little bit more?
Because I'm guessing...
Yeah, let's be generous.
There we go. Okay. I'm guessing the beetroot, is just like a normal food coloring, a little bit goes a long way, but you start off by adding a little first, because you can't take out.
Yeah, and a fun fact is that a teaspoon of beetroot powder is equivalent to 1 tennis-size ball of beetroot.
Eat your beetroot powder, like for real. Eat your beetroot powder. There we go. This is looking beautiful. You want it to be a little more?
Yeah, so there is some steam coming, so I think it would be good to add in our chocolate now. So I'm just going to add in the chocolate. So the chocolate is also used as a sweetener and to give that nice depth of rich creaminess. If you feel you want to be extra, you can add some fresh cream as well.
A little extra fresh cream sounds good. Ooh, don't miss. Okay. And as soon as you can feel that those little tiny chocolate drops, because it happens quite quickly, it melts very quickly.
Yes.
And then the actual rose petals, do we keep that for a garnish?
We're going to keep that for the garnish. So whilst that's just melting, we are going to put our machine on to froth the milk. So if you don't have a milk frother, you can use one of the battery-operated hand whisk ones, or you can get a workout and just whisk the milk.
Like in an empty bottle, and then you make the youngest niece or nephew. Just shake, 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 shake until it froths up. There we go.
So I'm just going to put this on now.
And we're going to go with just a cream foam, a white foam. We're not going to add beetroot to that
So
foam.
this is just essentially milk in here.
Got you. Okay.
So no cream. We are omitting cream today.
There we go. And the rose, how are we doing that?
So we're going to use our rose syrup to garnish the side of our mugs. So I think our drink is at the right temperature, so maybe we can turn off the heat.
This is great.
Our milk is ready, our frothed milk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rose syrup. So we just need maybe about a teaspoon because you don't want to add too much. So we're just going to go around the cup.
I like dishes and drinks in this case that have a bit of a ceremony to them.
Yes.
Where we can kind of get together and there's a process that's involved in making the drink. And even if you have it's more than one person in the kitchen, someone's got a job. So it's kind of like a drink that'll bring people together. I really, really like this drink. And that smells amazing.
It does. And you can see the natural pink color in it. So I'm going to pour this now. So why I left the syrup, the rose syrup, for the last bit is because it just, if it's not a very thick consistency syrup, then it just slides down the side of the cup. But we just want to be looking fancy with our cups, so that's why I also put the syrup, apart for flavor. So I'm just going to carefully pour this in.
I think after Ryle's workout this morning, I think he totally deserves a ruby white chocolate steamer. So I'm going to call Ryle de Mornay in. What South Africa doesn't know is Ryle de Mornay is so strong. When he does push-ups, he's not pushing himself up, he's actually pushing the earth away. That's how strong.
So, how are you dealing with this guy in the kitchen? Are you okay? You need me to come save you.
So he needs that energy right now.
Listen, I couldn't help but smell something delicious. It's like close to one of my favorite chocolates, which is a Turkish delight. So when you talk about that like rose ruby feels, you've got my interest. Is that for me?
Yes, actually, when you speaking about Turkish delight, this does give the notes of Turkish delight.
Nice.
So we got our frothed milk in, and then we lastly just going to take some rose petals and just garnish some rose petals.
And now you're just showing off.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that looks incredible.
And that's our ruby steamer.
Can I do the honors?
Please.
Yes.
You've got to give us the whole review.
Thank you so much.
I want to save this precious one because I want to take a photo of this because it looks so beautiful. Wow.
Oh, my word. If Turkish Delight became a warm, inviting drink that danced around your mouth and just started having a jaw, this would be it. Wow. And I'm not exaggerating. It's not as sweet as I expected as well. It's got a beautiful balance to it. It's creamy. It's rich in all the good ways. Mzansi, this is the one, and we're only getting started. Sumaya, thank you. You've outdone yourself. Mzansi, clearly we don't need to go anywhere because all the good stuff is right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Clem, thank you. Can I just run away with this?
There you go. There you go. South Africa, you heard it out there. Real men drink pink steamers in the morning. So now you're not going anywhere. We've got a lot coming up. Those bonbons are going to be fantastic. Actually, I know I said I'm saving this for a picture. I'm going to take a little... No, you know what? You're a guest.
No.
I was hoping you said... I was bluffing. Ooh. It tastes like the perfect drink for first thing in the morning. If you're kind of avoiding caffeine because you don't want to be too excited in the morning, this is how you start your day. And if you start your day on a pink drink, it's only going to become fantastic. So Maya, thank you so much. You've all been really amazing. Make sure you stay tuned for the Bonbon episode of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. 1 minute after 7 o'clock. Let's get kick-started with your 7 o'clock news headlines. Now, nationally, the anti-migration group Operation Dudula is urging the rehabilitation of hijacked buildings across Johannesburg, citing growing concerns from Rosettenville residents over increasing crime linked to these structures. The group says hijackers are forcing legal owners out, creating fiscal pressure on the city due to illegal utility connections. Now, Operation Dudula believes these buildings should be repurposed as RDP housing for long-wait-listed citizens. They've engaged with municipal stakeholders, arguing that converting these buildings could restore order and provide affordable housing while ensuring service payments. In other national news, South Africa is one step closer to exiting the Financial Action Task Force's grey list, as an on-site inspection is expected soon. Now, this visit marks the final hurdle in the review process. Since being grey-listed in 2023 over lapses in anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing, the country has completed all 22 recommended actions in the Action Task Force Action Plan. National Treasury Advisor Ismail Monomayat has praised intensified law enforcement efforts in addressing financial crimes. In your international news making headlines, President Trump has escalated his rhetoric, demanding Iran's, quote, unconditional surrender and warning it knows Supreme Leader Khamenei's whereabouts, though he added he has no intention to kill him for now. He added that he wanted, quote, a real end to the nuclear problem in Iran, end quote. As the conflict enters its sixth day, Israeli forces report multiple airstrikes deep into western Iran, while Iran has launched rockets and drones targeting Israeli sites. U.S. military assets are being repositioned to the region amid heightened tensions. Now, global leaders are urging restraint to prevent wider war. Meanwhile, Mali has begun constructing a major gold refinery with backing from Russia's Yadrin Group and a Swiss investor. The 200-ton capacity plant, in which Mali holds a majority stake, aims to process all of the country's gold domestically. Now, this move aligns with recent regional shifts towards national resource control, seen in Niger, Guinea, and Burkina Faso. Although no completion date was given, the refinery's capacity far exceeds Mali's current annual gold output and supports new laws mandating local processing. And closing off your 7 o'clock news with two orphaned cheetah cubs who've been rescued from the illegal wildfire trade in Somaliland have become unexpected stars, thanks to their names. The siblings were playfully named Swift and Kelsey, in tribute to global icons Taylor Swift and NFL star Travis Kelce. Now, the choice is a nod to the duo's romance and has delighted fans across continents. Now safety settled in a wildlife sanctuary, the cubs are thriving under expert care. Their story highlights the ongoing fight against animal trafficking while spreading smiles through a clever pop culture twist. Sometimes the wild really does meet the wonderfully in the cutest way. I love that. And once again, Swiftie fans are up. So we leave your 7 o'clock news. Let's get into your sporting headlines. Here's Raul once again giving you the latest.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And from Swiftie fans, we move to Mamelodi fans, especially for Mamelodi Sundowns, who claimed their first ever FIFA World Cup win with a 1-0 triumph over Ulsan HD in Orlando. Now, the Group F clash was delayed by a weather warning, but Sundowns overcame the disruption to secure top spot ahead of Borussia Dortmund as well as Fluminense, who played to a goalless draw earlier. Well, we move to rugby next, and All Black star Ardie Savea will skip the 2026 Super Rugby season with Moana Pacifica, taking a sabbatical to play for Japan's Kobe Steelers. Now, New Zealand Rugby confirmed the remains available for tests through November and will return in 2026. Now, Moana coach Tana Umaga said that Savea, the 2025 Super Rugby Pacific Player of the Year, will be welcomed back in 2027. Well, from rugby, we move to cricket, and Tasman Brits smashed 101 runs, and Masabata class starred with the ball as the Proteas women thrashed the West Indies by 166 runs. And that's due to the Duckford-Lewis system to seal a 2-1 ODI series win in Barbados. Now, rain interruptions couldn't derail the Proteas, who posted 278 runs for 6 wickets before skittling the hosts. And the dominant display capped a strong comeback after losing the first match. Oh, lastly, in the world of tennis, now top seed Carlos Alcaraz marked his return after winning the French Open with a 6-4, 7-6 win over Australia's Adam Walton. And this was at Queen's on Tuesday. Now playing on grass for the first time since his Wimbledon triumph, Alcaraz was pushed but held firm. Now earlier, Britain's Jack Draper cruised past Jenson Brooksby with 6-3, 6-1 to reach round 2. Well, that's all I have for you, sport. We do it all again in an hour, but for now, many of you heading on the roads. Let's see how we can assist you when it comes to traffic.
Well, in the first look at your roads, we start out in Gauteng, Pretoria, when an accident has been reported on the N1 southbound at the ramp towards Regional Drive, The right lane is blocked, so do exercise caution while driving in the area. Now, sticking in Gauteng but moving to Boksburg, there's a stationary vehicle along the N12 westbound before Atlas Road, affecting the middle lane. Traffic is slow moving, so please, if you're headed out that way, drive carefully. And then we move over to the Mother City in Kales River when an accident has occurred on the R300 North after the N2 interchange, of course resulting in the closure of the right lane, so motorists should anticipate delays in these areas and plan accordingly, of course. So we leave your roads, let's check out what your weather's doing. Well, in your weather news, South Africa's weather stays much the same as yesterday, with the South African Weather Service warning of very cold conditions in the Western Cape Interior and Namakwa District in the Northern Cape. Daytime temperatures will remain at or below 10 degrees until Saturday, with rain across much of the Western Province. Now, a yellow level 2 warning for damaging waves between Saldanha Bay and East London has been issued, along with a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds between Cape Point and East London, affecting small vessels and potential beach disruptions. Now, before we leave your weather news, let's check in once again with that sunrise view of the hour from Kariga to Knysna, looking absolutely gorgeous through the eyes of Christian. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful morning view with us. I know there were a few weather warnings there, but according to this view, it looks like it's going to be a stunning day indeed. 15 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town. And thank you for sharing with us what Knysna looks like today. 063-0369649 is that number to hit us up on with your view. Kariga is done, Knysna is done. Where are we headed to next? Well, it is up to you. Let's get into your temperatures for today.
In Uppington, it looks like you got some -degree weather out there, so I'm hoping that you can stay warm in these cold conditions. And maybe something more that could warm you up is the following. A question: have you done the following? Have you bought your Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 tickets for a mind-blowing 109 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Wednesday? Yes, that's the question I'm asking you, and I need you to say yes, because you can play the Lotto for an estimated 78 million rand, and then there's the Lotto Plus for 18 million rand and Lotto Plus 2 for 13 million rand, all happening today. Now, how do you do it, right? You can just do the following. Buy your tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app, cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# and then follow the USSDs. Now, we want you to win this money so badly that we put all the these details on our Expresso social media pages, so you can literally go check it out right now. And that will allow you to get yourself in the running to win big and play the Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for a mind-blowing 109 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. Yo, I'm going to just process that because that's a lot of money, and I'm going to ask Carissa, what's happening next?
Oh, I will receive that and let you know. So many good things are coming your way, Feel Good fam. We're into the second hour of the show, so let's get some entertainment going. We've got Jakkie Louw in the building, and I can't wait to get into that new single. It's called Wees Lief, and yes, it's going to be so incredibly good. It's a scar for me, honestly. Nostalgia just hit me in a new way when I saw that right now. And then we got to touch base with our girl Ayanda and find out how she likes to really hit pause. And it might be a surprising turn, quite literally, because she's going indoor go-karting. I can't wait to see my girl in action straight after this.
Aches and pains creeping in? Don't let them take over your day. Reach for Adco Napamol, the trusted pain reliever that's gentle on your body and your budget. Because feeling good shouldn't cost a fortune. Plus, want to win 2,000 Rand cash? Answer the weekly competition question on Expresso's social pages using hashtag #AdcocOTCWinter to enter. Hurry, entries close on Sunday. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Hey, I'm Zanzi. Welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're about to make you feel good. Why? Because Jakkie Louw is in the building, and he's rock stages for over 27 years. But now he's turning the volume down a little bit to talk about something deeper. Now, his new single, Wees Lief, released during Men's Mental Health Month, which is a powerful reminder that before the world can love you, you have to love yourself. So before we even chat to this man, let's listen to the music.
Liever die lewe, leer om te vergewe. Jy's die refleksie van jouself. As jy wil wees, wees net jouself. Jy's al wat jy het, Dis al wat jy het. Wees lief vir wie en wat jy is. Wees lief vir
Ladies and gentlemen, Jakkie Louw in the building! Yes! Shower you with love, bro. Welcome back. How you doing?
Goed, gaan lekker. Is busy?
Ja?
Is lekker in Kaapstad. Is lekker om hier te wees.
It's koud in Kaapstad.
Reën. Maar dis Kaapstad, dis my belly, weet. Ek kom ons maar van jou af. En het is lekker om hier te wees, man.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you back, and I can just feel the warmth in you. Last time you were here, we were doing crazy things, fun things, much like Jakkie Louw that we know.
Yes.
We had a donkey that we were wearing, but it seems like we've taken a bit of a shift, man, and I feel like you've had an incredible 27-year journey so far, and somewhat of a reflective time for Jakkie Louw. What's happening here?
Ja, weet jy, I think in die winter love songs, jy weet.
Yes.
In die somer party songs.
Ja.
Winter, so
Tis the season.
Ek dink is maar ek kan nou skryf ja vir die man, wat lief is vir die vrou en vrou is lief vir die man. It's been done, you know.
Yes.
Ek dink selfliefde. Dis belangrik, jy weet. As jy vir jouself kan lief wees, kan jy vir die mense om jou lief wees en jy moet vir jouself in die spieël kyk en sê jy's goed genoeg. I love you. I think you're a great guy, you're a kind guy en gaan vorentoe in jou lewe.
More than enough, eh?
Exactly. En glo as jy wil wees jouself. Jy is nie gemaak om iemand anders te wees nie. Weet jy hoef nie ander mense se idee van sukses te wees nie. Jy hoef niemand te please regtig nie, verstaan? As jy vir jouself kan please en jy kan vir die Here please, dan is jy fine, you know.
That's the real success.
So vir my gaan dit oor selfliefde en ek dink hierdie ding is daar's baie mense vol mans wat voel hulle moet tawe is altyd, they've got to be the breadwinner, verstaan? Partykeer moet hulle na self kyk en sê, hoorie, so jy's genoeg. It's fine. Don't be somebody else who is song.
And Jakkie, I think this is such a brilliant time to be having this conversation. It is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think that pressure you speak of, that especially men put on themselves to serve, to be the breadwinner, it's unnecessary, especially when you aren't in that space and you might be going through something. Where do men then turn to? How do we deal with this?
Exactly, ja. So ek het 'n ding begin leer as ek na 'n gig toe ry. Okay, so ek is nou op pad na 'n gig toe, want ek sien lus vir die gig nie. Dis koud en dis laat en ek weet daar's miskien in 'n kroeg of iets vir die mense kuier. Ek sien lus daarvoor nie. Ek gaan van my gesin af te sê ek vir myself, Jakkie, hierdie gaan oukei wees. Jy het nie meer slegte gigs nie. Die gigs altyd lekker. Dis 3 pikke wyne, dis donkie, dis
all the good stuff, yeah.
Exactly. So enjoy it en dan kom ek daar aan en is 'n ongelooflike ervaring. Ek spreek dit amper uit voor ek aankom. And that is amazing. Verstaan? So ek dink vir die mense wat kyk, nou daar's baie mense wat nodig het om te hoor. Jy's goed in wat jy doen. You're good in what you do and just enjoy life and spreek dit uit voordat jy dit gaan doen, ja.
Man, I love that, and I've never felt this wisdom from you in the past, and I'm loving this era that you're in. It's like a new crescendo for Jakkie Louw. But in terms of what you've personally faced, there's a lot of pressure that you're going through, and there's always this sentiment of together is more powerful. How have you taken this in your sort of mantra as you've been going through this journey and going through everything you're dealing with?
Ja, kyk, nummer 1 is family, ja.
Nice.
Familie is baie belangrik. I do a lot of gigs. 2024 I did 220 gigs, okay?
220 gigs?
Yeah, so that's pretty much Jakkie Louw shows in die aande, dis Frank Sinatra shows vir die corporates, dis Poppeka shows vir die kinders.
Sure.
In die oggende, feeste wat ons 3-4 shows 'n dag doen. So
playing in all the spaces now.
Everywhere. I do Zulu songs, I do English songs, Afrikaans songs, I do everything. I do Dubai, I go everywhere. Maar nou is al familie. You've got to go home. So ek het vir my vrou gesê, toe ons trou jare terug, sê ek vir Nel, ek gaan altyd weggaan. Maar ek gaan altyd terugkom. En dit is die belangrike ding, verstaan? So om dit en dan by sê jy ooral gaan as ek alleen, I'm alone, but I've learned to love myself and enjoy life. En sê vir jouself in die spieeltjie daar as jy werk toe ry, vandag gaan 'n great dag wees, man. Want ek dink I love myself and it's not a windgat thing. It's not a windgat thing, it's a self-love thing.
Yes.
Everybody around.
Affirmation, man, reminding yourself of the truth.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And the truth is that we are so grateful that you keep coming back to the Feel Good Breakfast Show and sharing your music with us. I love the fact that we're going to get to hear that, but I want to know about how these songs are impacting you in terms of the struggle. That struggle when we're going through silence, when we're not able to have these conversations. Are you able to express yourself better through music or through conversation?
Musiek is die een taal wat nie kan vertaal word nie.
Okay,
so you've got to understand music. And music can make you feel stuff. Ek kan baie liedjies sing. Ek kan baie goeders vir mense sing, hulle gaan dit vergeet. Maar hoe jy iemand laat voel, gaan hulle nooit vergeet. Ek het 'n liedjie geskryf 1 miljoen woorde jare gelede. En 1 miljoen woorde gaan oor kanker. Dit gaan oor hoe mense deel met kanker en almal. Ek sê altyd almal het iemand in die hemel, jy weet. En daai kom mense na my sê my ma is oorlede 2 jaar terug aan kanker en daai liedjie het my so gehelp soos medisyne. En daai sê dis ook deel met dit, jy weet. Dis maar musiek help my. Baie keer skryf ek liedjies as ek ry. Dan gooi gou vinnige chorus hier nie.
So like therapy actually.
Ja, absoluut. Ek vind my pa is nou 85 hierdie jaar, né?
Sure.
En my ma is 79. En ek sê vir my pa, jy weet, ma gaan pa se laaste soen wees, pa se laaste liefde wees, pa se laaste alles en daar's 'n liedjie. Jy sal my laaste wees.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So music speaks in a different taal, jy weet.
Gives you a different feeling, which I think words can't even express, but it does make you feel that feeling. And Jakkie Louw is here to do exactly that, Mzansi, make us feel, and especially reminding us that you need to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are enough. You are blessed with everything you need to take on the day. No matter how cold it may be, you are the fire. I can't wait for that performance of Jakkie. Thank you for coming through, reminding us that warmth can be found in many places, and especially right here at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Carissa, how are you feeling out there? Are we warming you up?
Absolutely. I'm feeling inspired and definitely ready to just kind of hit the brake like our girl Ayanda did on that daily grind and step into the high gear at extreme indoor go-karting. Crazy, right? Where the pace is fast, the fun is full throttle, and of course the vibe is as smooth as a cup of Jacob's coffee, because sometimes the best way to hit pause is by going full speed ahead. I'm going to take a sip as we get into this.
Good morning, Feel Good family. Today I am trading in slow mornings for something fast, fun and full of adrenaline. We are at Extreme Indoor Go-karting, where speed meets strategy, and later on I'll wind down with the delicious aroma of Jacob's coffee. But for now, let's hit the track. Oh my word, I am so excited to be here. And let's talk extreme indoor go-karting specifically. What can we experience from the moment we walk in till the minute that we leave?
So what we try to create at the track is more than just a go-kart track in a parking lot. You know, we've created the venue around go-kart track, so we have lots of birthdays, lots of team buildings, and you know, getting everyone together to be competitive in a safe environment. You know, the track is safe, our karts are safe and well maintained. That's what people look for.
Now we are in the thick of winter and everybody is finding fun activities to do during this season. What about indoor go-karting makes it an ideal activity for the season?
So obviously it is indoor, so you're driving the go-karts under a roof, which is quite nice. So when it's raining or when it's, you know, it's cold out here, you are indoors. When you start the race, you might be freezing cold, but at the end of the race, you are warm. You know, your body's busy moving around the track, you are busy turning the steering wheel, so you do end up, you know, being warm. It's like going for a little run.
It's my first time ever go-karting. I have to ask you, as an instructor, what is the first thing that you tell people who are experiencing this for the first time?
So it would definitely be just be safe. You know, obviously operating a go-kart and anything that has 4 wheels can be dangerous. So just go slowly, take the corners slowly, accelerate slowly, and you'll get used to it. You know, part of go-karting is mastering go-karting and mastering the corners and trying to go as quickly as you can. But you got to build up to that, so just be safe.
Well, I, for one, am extremely excited and cannot wait to begin.
Awesome. Are you ready to race?
Very much so.
Okay. So first, we just need some safety equipment. So here's just your helmet, and then we've got some gloves for you as well, just to keep you safe. So this engine is going to make you go quickly. Okay. So you can see the green for go. The other one is red for stop. Okay. So don't press them at the same time. Either accelerate or brake. Then for the steering wheel, one hand here, other hand there, and you just turn left, right. Okay.
Okay.
Good stuff. You want to hop in?
It's too easy, yes.
That is too easy.
Let's do it, let's do it. When I was doing my first lap, I was really afraid of letting go of control. I kept putting my foot on and off the accelerator, and it was weird to turn the corners. But after I had what I'm calling a Jacob's moment, I decided to pause, to relax, and to just let the machine do what it's supposed to do. Put my foot on the accelerator, turned as the corners came, and it flowed so beautifully. Honestly, that's when I started having all the fun. After a couple of laps, I really felt like everything started to click, and I felt like I knew how to make my hands and my feet work at the same time while being able to enjoy the experience. So it took a minute, it took a couple of tries, but eventually we got there, and by the time I got to my 4th lap, honestly, Lewis Hamilton has nothing on me. what an amazing morning it's been. And I'm so glad that you're joining me for this unwinding with Jacobs.
I think you deserved it. For your first time, it's very good. You managed to learn as much as possible, so very well done.
After a thrilling day on the track, I'm unwinding with the smooth taste of Jacobs Cadbury Mocha. It is smooth, chocolatey, and just bold enough. Honestly, I couldn't think of a better drink after being on the track. It's like a sweet pit stop for my taste buds. The rush that you feel while you race is unmatched because your heart is beating faster than it normally would. But then the instant calm and stillness that comes afterwards when you're drinking your Jacobs cup is everything that you need after a thrill like that. Your senses are calmed down, your spirits is calmed down, and you're ready to take on the rest of the day. And that is it from a day on the tracks. From high-speed thrills to moments of stillness, today was a reminder that go-karting is so much more than a race. It's about being present, holding tight, and enjoying the ride.
I love that for her. Isn't that
that
good?
was good.
Oh, my goodness.
I love the juxtaposition of having something so crazy and so intense, being invited and calmed down with something so good and so reflective.
Yes,
Perfection.
that's my perfect combo. Because when the pace picks up, Jacobs is there with that smooth, comforting flavor to help you hit reset and also savor the moment.
Yep, absolutely. Winter just found its new rhythm, I think, and it tastes so good.
Who says no to a cappuccino? Jacobs, wunderbar.
Hey man, I'm going to be honest with you, Mzansi. Things are getting good out here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and I think it's going to get even better. Why? Because Jakkie Louw is in the building, and we got new music to celebrate, and it's something that I think everybody needs right now. A reminder that you are good enough, and it's all about self-love, a song that you want to pay attention to.
Now, when you say self-love, in my mind, immediately I go chocolate, because that combination is so perfect together. And I know Samaya would approve of this one. She's going to put together something delicious. It's a bonbon, right? But it's got pistachio knaffa chocolate in it. And it looks like this.
Oh,
personally, never heard of that word before.
It looks like edible marbles. Like, what is this world we're living in? I'm here for it, and Mzansi, you are too. Just stick around. We'll see you soon.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Brrr, that's how we start this one. I've got the jacket for it. I'm all warmed up. And honestly, Mzansi, listen, winter might be icy, but I think Game is going to be turning up the heat with their Defrost the Cost winter competition.
I like
Bring it
this.
on.
I thought you were going to go, it's cold in here. There must be some game in the atmosphere. Listen, 2 lucky winners will each score a 500 Rand game shopping voucher to warm things up this season. And if you want in, it is so simple. Just finish the sentence. This winter, I've #GotGame because ...
I like this one, and that's a good conversation to have, because that I've got game feeling is something that we all want. We're all gonna have. Do you ever have moments when you get that feeling?
I do, and then I just feel encouraged to take on the day, because sometimes in winter you get into that slump, right?
Yes.
And you don't want to do anything. You don't want anyone to see you because you look like a former version of yourself. But sometimes you just gotta shake off the old skin and say, I got game.
You got game, yeah. And I think if you have some of the essentials to capitalize on the weather outside, that's when you turn winter in a situation where you can thrive. And that's where you get that I got game feeling. So let's get into it, right? What gives you that I've got game feeling this winter? For me, it's definitely being outside, taking advantage of nature. It's waterfall chasing season. The surf is absolutely cooking. Winter is perfect in Cape Town for me. And that gives me that I got game feeling. So obviously, are you someone who's got the winter essentials stocked by May? I've got my wetsuit, I've got all my gear, and I've even got some stuff from Game too. But or someone that is out there making a mad dash in July. Is that you? I don't know, especially if you've got those frozen fingers on a shopping list, like last minute, I need a tent, I need a heater.
My God. Shivering as you're walking in, trying to run through the different aisles. I love that. But imagine you are going down the aisles and then you've got 500 Rand to spend at Game. And I imagine what's going into your carts. I mean, I told Graham the other day that I'm definitely getting the snack essentials. I'm a big snacker in winter. Apparently it's called carbo loading.
Carb, yes.
I'm just going to go with
that.
that.
For the main event, which is summer.
Exactly.
That can work. No one's going to complain about that. But listen, there's so many options. And I think about 500 Rand. I'm like, I could get blankets. I'd get a heater. Something fluffy for new bedding. This is like that cozy winter feels, just like snuggle up and cuddle up. So I think there's so many options for you to really thrive on. And the choice is yours. And with an unbeatable deal, 500 Rand can really go a long way. So why not bring the vibes, bring the ideas, and bring the entries, Mzansi? Because this is how it goes down.
Listen, get your entries in before Monday, the 30th of June. And just remember to complete that sentence that we prompted you on. This winter, I've #GotGame because, and include #GotGame in your post. And the bonus round is that Game has extended trading hours at selected stores. So you've got more time to shop your way through winter. And head over to game.co.za for more details. Get posting, good luck, and of course, T's and C's apply.
All right, like officially now, can we just get it out the way? It's cold, guys. So let's bring in something to warm us up. And none other than Jakkie Louw is on the stage right now to perform a song called Wees Lief. It's all about self-love. And Jakkie, the stage is yours. Let's go.
Môre Mzansi. Hierdie song is vir elke persoon wat nog ooit gedink het, hulle is nie genoeg nie. Dalk sit jy daar en sê die lewe is 'n bietjie te veel. Wees lief vir jouself, begin daar. En dan vir die res van die mense om jou. So hierdie liedjie se naam is Wees lief vir almal wat al ooit so gevoel het. Wees lief vir jou ma. Wees lief vir jou pa. Wees lief vir jou vyand. Sal jou soms pla. Wees lief vir die lewe. Leer om te vergewe. Want jy's die refleksie van jouself. As jy hier wil wees, wees net jouself. Jy's al wat jy het, is al wat jy het. Wees lief vir wie en wat jy is. Wees lief vir die mense wat mooi na jou kyk. Wees
soms spyt. Wees lief vir die Here. Hy sal jou leer vergewe. Die hemel weet, dis die antwoord van die lewe. As jy hier wil wees, wees net jouself. Jy's al wat jy het, is al wat jy het. Wees lief. Jy moet jouself gaan vind. Die wêreld lê oop soos die wind. Wees lief vir jouself en hy, hierdie flesie is net jy. Wees lief. Wees lief. Wees lief. As jy hier wil wees, wees net jouself. Jy's al wat jy het, jy's al wat jy het. Wees lief vir wie en wat jy is. Wees lief, maar wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jouself. Come on. Wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jouself. Stem eens lekker. Wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jouself. Wees lief vir jou. Wees lief vir jou.
Oh, absolutely love it, man. I'm feeling in love with myself. Firstly, claim you loving yourself.
Of always.
Oh, man, we got every reason to do so. And Jakkie, we love you too, man. Thank you so much for sharing the love right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And we're going to get more of the love all throughout the rest of the few hours that we've got left, and especially when it comes to loving your belly, because you're, bro. So man's coming through with the chocolate goodness, yeah?
We're making bonbons. We're going to need you to shake your bonbons. Where's your bonbons?
Shake that
bonbon. No, it's
We'll
inappropriate. It's inappropriate.
keep it for the kitchen.
So we're going to make some amazing bonbons full of all the texture. It's going to be amazing. Do you want to come in again for another tasting?
Oh, yes, please. How can I say no to that? Especially when Somaya's in the house. You are in for a treat, Mzansi. Don't go anywhere. The deliciousness gets better after this.
Where's your bonbon? Where's your bonbon?
Okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we're back in the kitchen with Chef Sumaya from Ganache Art, and you got it wrong. And we're talking everything chocolate this morning, and we want to hear from you. If you have any questions about anything food related, specifically chocolate, the professionals in the house, please send us your voice notes to 063-036-9649. We want to hear from you. And I want to make things a little spicy. Have you got any disaster stories of times that you've tried to work with chocolate and things just went south? I want to hear those stories because who knows, we might actually have the answer of how to fix it. But before we start, we actually got a voice note already. Let's have a listen to our first voice note of the show.
And Chef Clem and Chef Sumaya, I'd just like to know, a lot of people say, yeah, it's unhealthy to eat chocolate. It's not probably a myth. But yeah, my actual question is, when is the best time to eat chocolate? During the day, or is it bad for you to eat chocolate before you go and sleep, or after a meal?
I think that's it. So what I like is, in my mind, I'm imagining as he's like sending this voice note, he's sitting in front of all this chocolate and he's tempted to get into it, but he needs someone to affirm that he can dig into it.
Definitely.
I mean, everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And there's,
Moderation.
And there's some chocolates that we know that, like the darker chocolates that would have less sugar, sure, they're going to be better for you. But again, it's all about the moderation of it.
Yes, yes.
And days are the best time to eat chocolate?
It's anytime.
Anytime. Especially every day that ends on a Y. If the day ends on a Y, you must eat chocolate on that day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, absolutely. Why not make it like special and have a breakfast chocolate and then the lunchtime chocolate and the dinner chocolate? Actually, dinner time chocolates or after eights, if I think it's called, with little mints and squares.
Yes.
It's known for bedtime. So there's a chocolate for every occasion.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the chocolates we're about to make now. Bonbons. How do you describe a bonbon?
So a bonbon is essentially a French word, and it translates into candy in English. So it could be a sweet, it could be anything tiny and a treat size. A treat, basically something sweet that is a treat. So today we're making chocolate bonbons. So that's why I always say chocolate bonbons, so you know what bonbons we're talking about.
And we've got some hardware in the kitchen today, and this device is to help us temper the chocolate.
Yes.
So very briefly, why do we temper the chocolate?
So you essentially temper the chocolate so that the end result of the chocolate gives you a nice snap. So you want the texture of the chocolate where it's a nice snap, it has some shine on it, and because there's so much of cocoa butter in the chocolate, cocoa butter needs a process of heating up, cooling down, so those beta-5 crystals form correctly so that you get a perfect texture chocolate.
And it's this machine, for lack of a better
so
word.
So we would call that a chocolate melting pot.
Which holds that temperature.
Yes,
gives us that perfect...
so there's a dial on this side,
Yes.
and you can see it has numbers on it, so we know what temperature it's at, and it also is a dry heat system in here. And this is quite nice because you can just lift this out, and you know, you don't have to worry about if you use like a double boiler, a bain marie
this
style.
is doing it all.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the water dropping and messing up your chocolate. So you know you're safe here, and it's an even, nice distributed heat.
Nice. We got another voice now. This is from Nadia. Nadia, what do you have to say?
Morning. My question is for Chef Sumaya. Sumaya, recently on your Instagram, you shared a video about a chocolate that looked like it had candy floss on the inside. Can you tell us a bit more about that? Is that something you make? Where can we get it?
Okay, thank you.
What? That is so beautiful. And to be honest with you, I think this is the actual picture that I saw. I think this is the one that I saw. That's when I was like, wait, we need to get Sumaya on the show. This is an absolutely insane picture, and I can only imagine it took you 365 years to make. What is it? And how do you make it?
So this is Turkish pismanya. So it's a pulled sugar, and it's made up of flour, butter, and flour. And it's a process of heating the sugar and pulling out the sugar, stretching it out so you get those thin fibers of sugar, and it's just a melt in your mouth moment.
What
like
was that?
Snow.
We need to bring Chef Sumaya back to make what? Yes, yes, absolutely. And then the other question that we had was, how do we get hold of all these amazing things that you make?
So my company, Ganache Art, is based in Cape Town, and I do career throughout South Africa. So I have an Instagram handle, Ganache_art, and you can catch me on the same handles on Facebook, TikTok, and the website is coming soon. We're working on that.
And you do want to go and check out all the pages. It is deliciously. It's just for the aesthetic alone. Fantastic.
Definitely.
And then the fact you understand you can actually order that and eat it, even better. Okay, so we've got our party size selection of chocolate going and perfectly malted. And just for curiosity, we're sitting at about just under 30 degrees Celsius.
So essentially at 30 for milk chocolate, you want to work 30 to 31.
Okay.
That's like the perfect range for milk chocolate. For each chocolate, for white, there's a different temperature range. For dark, there's a different temperature range.
Nice. Now, we're going to do a swap because you're going to demonstrate what's actually about to happen, and you're going to talk us through that.
Okay, so for our pistachio kanafa bonbons, I've already so this is a polycarbonate mold. You can see it's quite strong.
Right.
If I bang it, it's not going to break. It's easy to hold, so that's the reason why I also use these molds. But you can use any mold that you like. And I have in here, you'll see some green color. So I've already used tempered cocoa butter that I painted into these molds, and it's setted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the shelling process. So we have our premium Swiss chocolate that's already tempered. So we want to make sure whenever you're using your chocolate that you give it a good mix so that the cocoa butters are evenly distributed. Sometimes you may find that the chocolate has like a white substance on it and you'll think, oh, you know, this chocolate is gone bad, but that's actually bloom. So that's the term bloom, where the cocoa butters just come to the surface. That's like from incorrect tempering or a variance in heat. So if it's extremely hot and then you pop it in the fridge, that can happen. It's perfectly fine. It's just that the texture has changed.
Do you do chocolate workshops?
I do, yes. So that is
I think
actually my favorite one, chocolate techniques. Decorating techniques. That's like the workshop to come to if you're interested in how to decorate a cake or just for fun, for practice.
Just for fun and for eating, of course. I think at any time you can learn a new technique, especially if you're doing a short course, absolutely. I think it's amazing. Especially for all those grade 10s and grade 11s who think they want to be chefs. What a great way to get involved and actually experience a bit of the industry before you get invested and go, Mommy, I want to be like Gordon Ramsay. And then actually, young man can't boil an egg. Just joking, just joking. This is where you go to actually get a feel for the industry. I love that.
So we have our cocoa butter already set it.
Yes.
So now I mixed it well. I'm going to take my chocolate. So this is our shell that we're creating. So you can do this with a piping bag if you want it to be a little bit neater. But I find that the piping bag is just a bit of a waste using a piping bag. And also it takes a bit longer to pipe into each mold. So this is just my quick method. I'm going to clean up the mess at the end and then I'm going to spread it over. I'm going to take a chocolate scraper. So I'm going to give it a good tap just to get the air bubbles out. You can see some are coming to the surface. And you just want to give it a good tap on all sides. I'm going to turn it over, flip it over, tap a little bit more. So how you know that the chocolate is ready is when you see that it's not dripping anymore. And it also depends if you want a very thin shell, which is recommended like for good chocolates, good chocolate making skills, then you would just have enough chocolate to make a thin shell. If you have a thicker shell, it might be a bit hard to bite into and you'll have less filling. So you can see I've already had where the chocolates dip. And now essentially I just want to scrape my surface. So this part here, I want to make sure that it's nice and clean.
I'm mesmerized. I am so mesmerized.
And then we're just going to clean our molds.
Time. It is so beautiful to watch.
Our equipment as well, make sure that you scrape excess chocolate. You can keep it aside. I'm going to pop this in the fridge.
I was going to ask you now, Chef. Let me pop it in the fridge for you.
So
I was going to ask you.
You can keep it this upright in the fridge.
We're working in the studio with the studio light right now, so it's a little warm.
Yes.
Would you try and, in your studio, would you work in a cooled room with chocolate?
So theoretically, you want to work between 18 to 21 degrees, not a rainy day, not high humidity under 50%. But I've worked in temperatures, my good temperature is 23 degrees. So that's the temperature that I feel is a good start.
Now, when we come back, we're going to be filling these amazing bonbons. Don't go anywhere. Ralph's got something very, very important to tell you. Stay tuned. It's the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting!
Yep, almost as important as this incredible chocolate behind me. But listen, this week's Handy Hero shout-out, yes, it's that time again, goes out to the Build It Plus Burgemeesters team on Fleet Street, Beacon Bay. Now, we're always asking this question, what is their go-to? We want to know what the specialists are doing. And then their answer was the Plascon Wall and All exterior. Now, this is the paint that covers like a dream and delivers a durable, long-lasting finish every time. So you are looking to do that golden DIY tip, while the tip from them is always stir your paint well. It's the secret to that smooth, even coat. And I think anybody that wants a little sanctuary or some inspiration, let's go check out how they get the job done right.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Build It Plus Burmeister, Fleet Street in Beacon Bay, East London.
The company was established in 1895. The store opened in its current position in 1991. This year celebrating our 130-year anniversary. We are a long-established and trusted store in our community with a wealth of knowledge and friendly staff, with some of our staff being part of the company for more than 30 years.
The service we give to customers, we give them with smile, and we try to advise them as well. And sometimes customer comes without knowing what to buy, and then that is when we enter to help them.
Over the past 21 years, I've been buying most of my building material here. Because of the big variety they've got, it's like a one-stop shop.
We are the best store in East London because of our large offering of products and ability to assist in all our customers' DIY and building needs. Plascon being a well-known and quality product with a broad range of products to cover all your painting needs, we are happy to have Plascon here in our store and actually selling of their products.
My favorite Plascon product will be Wall and All. The coverage is good. You're looking at 10 to 12 square meter per liter. Yeah, and fully scrubbable and washable.
My DIY tip to you would be always remembering to stir your product as much as possible to keep the paint as consistent.
Build It Plus at Fleet Street? Yes, we can.
Today's Handy Heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
Back in the kitchen, Carissa's joined us because she wants to get in on this action. Carissa?
I do. It looks delicious. This in particular, maybe not as appetizing to the eye, but I know what's in there.
Do you know?
So, you said pistachio?
Pistachio cream. We got tahini. We got the katafi. We got the cocoa butter, all mixed to make this.
And white chocolate.
And white chocolate.
And white chocolate. It kind of is giving that Dubai chocolate with this on the inside and with the crunchy bits, hey?
But so this is the Dubai chocolate.
Yes, okay.
But in a bonbon.
In a bite size.
Ooh.
In a bite size, it makes sense.
That's dangerous, because now I'm going to eat. What's the serving size per person?
1 tray per person. So we're going to keep on filling them and then do another layer of chocolate before we set it and turn it out and then sell them for 1,000 Rand each.
Absolutely. Do you ever take a straw and then just put it in there and then taste it for yourself?
In my dreams.
Oh, okay. That's how I would do my tastings. I wonder if it's good.
Apparently, cocoa's really good for your skin.
Agreed. Yes. And then I told you when you have it with green tea, it cancels it out. So I can have a tray, and I will be having a tray after the break because we'll come back and finish this off.
Subscribe for more nutritional information from Carissa on the show, Expresso. Don't go anywhere.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow-up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand, complete with premium Caesarstone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by Absa. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, what's happening, Mzansi? This has been an incredible show, and we're going to keep it going for the next hour, so welcome back. Firstly, though, I want to plug you in something good. I want to fill your pockets up with lots of moolah, and today could be the day because, listen, there's a total of 109 million rand in total estimated jackpots happening today, right? So I want to talk to you about the following. You've got the Lotto, which is at an estimated 78 million rand. Then we've got Lotto Plus 1 for 18 million rand, and then Lotto Plus 2 for 13 million rand, all happening today. So all you got to do is the following, right? You can buy your tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app. You can use cell phone banking or simply dial *120 *7529 hash and then follow the USSDs. So Mzansi, we've got the plug for you, 109 million rand in total estimate jackpots. The real question is, what are you waiting for? I know what Carissa's waiting for, and that's to serve you with official duties. So while she does that, think about what you'd be doing with all those millions. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Raul. Just moments before we hit the top of the hour, let's get into your national news headlines first, where the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality has shown its readiness for expanded housing allocations by exceeding its 2024-2025 delivery target well ahead of schedule. Now, earlier this month, the municipality had already delivered 397 housing units, surpassing its annual goal of 386. However, the metro still faces a backlog of over 100,000 units. Now, in response, a registration drive was launched to prioritize backyard dwellers for future allocations. The city hopes to build 400 more homes next year and has requested increased support from the National Department of Human Settlements. In other national news, the anti-immigration group Operation Dudula is urging the rehabilitation of hijacked buildings across Johannesburg, citing growing concerns from Rosettenville residents over increasing crime linked to these structures. Now, the group says hijackers are forcing legal owners out, creating fiscal pressure on the city due to illegal utility connections. Operation Dudula believes that these buildings should be repurposed as RDP housing for long waitlisted citizens. They've engaged with municipal stakeholders, arguing that converting these buildings could restore order and provide affordable housing while ensuring service payments. Let's take a look at your international news-making headlines, where Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni has signed an amendment into law allowing citizens or civilians to be tried in military courts under specific conditions, despite a Supreme Court ruling in January that declared such trials unconstitutional. Now, the updated law comes with provisions for impartiality, including legal training for presiding officers. Critics, however, argue the law still enables persecution, especially of government critics found with military items. Now, the amendment was passed amid a police-heavy parliamentary session, an opposition boycott highlighting ongoing tensions around civil liberties and judicial independence. Meanwhile, President Trump has escalated his rhetoric, demanding Iran's, quote, unconditional surrender, and warning it knows Supreme Leader's Khamenei's whereabouts, though he added he has no intention to kill him, quote, for now. He added that he wanted, quote, real end to the nuclear problem in Iran. As the conflict enters its sixth day, Israeli forces report multiple airstrikes deep into western Iran, while Iran has launched rockets and drones targeting Israeli sites. Now, U.S. military assets are being repositioned to the region amid heightened tensions. Global leaders are urging restraint to prevent wider war. And closing off with a feel-good story where football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday presented U.S. President Donald Trump with a signed Portugal number 7 jersey inscribed with the message to President Donald J. Trump, playing for peace. The thoughtful gesture was delivered at the G7 summit in Canada by European Council President Antonio Costa and follows growing global concern over the escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. Now, when Trump raised the jersey for cameras, it created a rare, light-hearted moment, earning praise across social media as a reminder that even sports icons can play a part in fostering diplomacy and goodwill. A great way to close off your news for this Wednesday morning. Let's see those final sporting details with Raul.
Absolutely, Carissa. Thank you so much. One last time, let's dive into the world of sport. And if you're a Mamelodi Sundowns fan, then it's time to celebrate because you all claimed the first ever FIFA Club World Cup win with a 1-0 triumph over Ulsan HD in Orlando. Now, the Group F clash was delayed by a weather warning, but Sundowns overcame the disruption to secure top spot ahead of Borussia Dortmund as well as Fluminense, who played to a goalless draw earlier. We move to rugby next, and All Black star Ardie Savea will skip the 2026 rugby season with Moana Pacifica, taking a sabbatical to play for Japan's Kobe Steelers. Now, the New Zealand Rugby confirmed that he remains available for tests through November and will return in 2026. Our Moana coach Tana Umaga said Savea, the 2025 Super Rugby Pacific Player of the Year, will be welcome back in 2027. Well, we move to cricketing news for South Africans. More celebrations with Tasman Brits, who smashed 101 runs, and Masabata Klaas, who starred with the ball as the Proteas women thrashed the West Indies by 166 runs, according to the Duckford-Lewis system. And that was to seal a 2-1 ODI series win in Barbados. Now, rain interruptions couldn't derail the Proteas, who posted 278 runs for 6 before skittling the hosts. And the dominant display kept a strong comeback after losing the match. Now, tennis is up next, and top seed Carlos Alcaraz marked his return after winning the French Open with a 6-4, 7-4 win over Australia's Adam Walton at Queen's on Tuesday. Now, playing on a grass for the first time since his Wimbledon triumph, Alcaraz was pushed but held firm. And earlier, Britain's Jack Draper cruised past Jensen's Brooksby 6-3, 6-1 to reach round 2. And I'm sure we'll be updating you on all the sporting action again tomorrow. But for now, though, a last opportunity to see how we can maybe serve you and assist you when it comes to traffic on the roads.
Well, having a final look at what's happening on your roads, we start out in Johannesburg and Gauteng, where heavy congestion is reported along the N1 northbound between 14th Avenue and Winnie Mandela Drive. Now, traffic is extremely slow moving, so motorists should consider alternative routes where possible. And let's move over to Cape Town out in Kuils River, where there's been an accident on the R300 North after the N2. Now, all lanes remain open and morning peak traffic is moving as expected. Wherever you're headed this morning in Mzansi, please arrive alive and remember to drive safely. So where we leave your roads for now, let's have a final look at your weather. Well, in your weather news, South Africa's weather stays much the same as yesterday, with the South African Weather Service warning of very cold conditions in the Western Cape interior and Namakwa district in the Northern Cape. Now, daytime temperatures will remain at or below 10 degrees until Saturday, with rain across much of the Western province. A yellow level 2 warning for damaging waves between Saldanha Bay and East London has been issued, along with a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds, and that's between Cape Point and East London, affecting small vessels and potential beach disruptions. Let's have a final look at your sunrise view of the hour, and being the cherry on top of our cake today is absolutely beautiful Vilna sent through from Scott Burr. Thank you so much for this gorgeous morning view. In fact, it looks like it's been painted by the greatest of artists. Absolutely love the hues coming together, and thank you so much for sending that on through. Absolutely beautiful. 23 degrees is what you can expect on your side. Definitely a lot warmer than the mother city right now. And remember to share your morning views with us on 063-0369649. We'll delve into that on Thursday and Friday. For now, let's have a final look at your temps for today.
man. Scottsboro is looking good, like a pastel painting,
Oh
eh?
my goodness, I will put that on my wall somewhere. Oh,
I want to put it, not on my wall, I want to put it on my bucket list of destinations to go travel to. And maybe you can too, Mzansi, especially if you get involved in just paying attention, being consistent and showing up for whatever work is for you, and put a little planning in as well.
I think so. Just a couple of cents aside, eventually it will make all the money to visit everywhere, including Cape Town. We would love to see you. And somebody that decided to stop on by is Jakkie Louw.
Yep.
Absolutely love the guy. And in a bit, we get to put him through a round of quick fire questions. It's going to be fun.
So it's going to be fun indeed. And of course, performances are going to be followed by that. And we're still going to be heading into the kitchen too. So a lot to look forward to. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Right now, it's time for a round of quick fire questions with Jakkie Louw, or we could say vinnige vier.
I like that. Very
Gonna
fast
get into it.
indeed. We don't want you to think. You just want to blurt out the first thing that comes to your mind.
Mickey
Okay?
Mouse.
That works. It works.
Okay,
I haven't started yet.
we're going to start now. Okay, so firstly, what is the one song that lifts up your mood?
Dancing on the ceiling.
Oh, what a feeling. I love that. Nice.
Okay, nice. What's one word to describe Via's lief?
Jakkie Louw.
That's
It's
two words.
Sorry, Jakkie.
Say it fast as one word. Jakkie Louw.
Jakkie, yeah.
Ja, wie is lief? Ek wil nie dink jy speel.
Spiel, that's nice.
Okay, I like that. Do you write your music for your fans or for yourself?
For myself, 100%.
Nice, okay. And the fans just resonate with you.
Nooit agter 'n mark aan nie.
Yeah.
Because I think as ek iets skryf wat jy weet, kom ek sê ek doen nou iets vir 3 varkies wat snaaks is. Ek doen dit vir my kinders want ons is besig om te speel en ek maak musiek.
Absolutely.
Kom ek sê wees lief, dis regtig in my hart. Dus sê ek het 'n vriend wat baie dips gegaan en sê, "Hey man, moet jezelf weer leer lief hê, jy weet. It starts here, it doesn't start outside of you.
And you mentioned earlier in that conversation how your writing is almost like a form of therapy as well. So
Absoluut.
Makes absolute sense.
Yeah, and you
Absoluut.
are a human, we're humans, and therefore we relate to your music anyway.
Dankie. Dit is ek dink die ding is jy moet dit iemand anders se idee van sukses volg nie.
Yes.
Jy weet jy's heeltemal uniek. Jy's nie gemaak om te wees soos 'n ander. There's no mold of you. Dis net jy. So hoe kan jy sê maar daai ou het nou dra rooi skoene, dan moet ek nou rooi skoene dra.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, you're always going to fall short if you try and be someone else.
Exactly.
But you've got the power right here to be you. No one can copy that.
Ek dink Matthew McConaughey het een keer by die Oscars gesê, sy hero is homself vir 15 jaar.
Ooh.
Wow.
Cool is that?
That's
I like
good.
that. I like
I'm going
that.
to use that. Although red shoes will look good on you, I will say that. What is the best advice you've ever received?
As jy kort pad die beste pad was, het die enjin langs hom geloop.
Oh, I like that.
Ja, so moenie kort paai gaan nie. Gaan die manier hoe jy dit verkies jou eie roete. Ek sê altyd ek het myself deur 'n klavierklasse gesit, né? Na al die jare wat ek sing het ek geleer klavier speel by 'n skool.
Sure.
So 'n onderwyseres is jonger as ek wat my leer klavier speel. Sy sê vir my Jakkie, imagine musiek is 'n groot oerwoud en jy het 'n panga om deur te kap deur die oerwoud. Vat jou tyd. Gaan stadig deur, kies jou eie pad, want as jy kort paadjies kies, gaan jy nie weet waar jy was nie. So daar's my goeie raad, ja.
And the wolves are going to get you.
I love that. I'm sure you have like a gig bag or something that you always carry around with you. What's like something that's always in that thing?
Mondvletjie.
Oh, okay.
Ja. So my
Is that a
gig bag.
harmonica?
Ja,
that's like a...
I like my gig bag like so groot tas. Soos ek op die lughawe stap, is almal van daar's Jakkie.
They already know.
So die mondvletjie ding is die mondvletjie is altyd lekker. Dis altyd ek speel met mondvletjies soos jy weet in die cowboy movies, die ou so ek is daai ou. So ek mondvletjie is altyd by my. En ja, en natuurlik pieks. As ek hier sit, het ek 'n piek in my sak. Vir ingeval iemand 'n gitaar ergens het vir 'n braai. Het ek my plectrum,
Just
die
in
piek,
case.
altyd saam met my, ja.
Jackie's
I like
always ready.
that.
And you know, some people that you can smell people from far away. We just hear you from far away. I like that.
I'm surprised it doesn't have that pattern. You must get one with the pattern of your scarf.
The peak.
plectrum, yeah.
That's a great idea.
That would be cool. Then we know for real that is definitely Jackie. Who's an artist that you definitely want to collab with?
Yo, international or local?
Whatever you want.
Yes, man. Robbie Williams, because he's the greatest entertainer. Ek meen om live te sien is just like wow. Yeah, it's my confidence. I say this show is going to be amazing because I'm amazing.
Yes, I love it.
So definitely, ja. En ag, weet jy, ek weet nie daar's so baie mense. Ek met Dave Matthews. Ek meen, yes, I love Dave Matthews. He's got a kind of a jazz pop vibe wat jy nie baie kry nie, weet en ek love so baie musikante. Ek kan nie eintlik sê nou nie.
Well, those are two great options. I love
Absolutely. If you could pick any place in the world, South Africa or globally, and a venue specifically, what place is your favorite place?
Okay, so ek het eers gedink oor daai nie, Central Park. Okay, so toe ek rekord met Africa Smiles, wat ek ook hier gedoen het en Wooded Lele van Brenda Fassie. Ek dink ek kan met my band, I can represent Mzansi. To stand there says this is a country that's different from everybody else.
Definitely.
And Wooded Lele, So Central Park, like Dave Matthews did, 100,000 people. He says, if you leave only your footprints.
Sure.
Wow, okay.
My brother would be proud of that, I will say. Brenda would love that. Okay, what do you do after the craziness has settled? You've done the 9,000 people in Central Park and you now want to unwind from your performance. What's your go-to?
I go to the closest jazz bar. Kry vir my 'n lekker duur whisky.
Nice.
En ek luister hoe iemand nie eers sing nie, hulle met saxofoon en piano en hulle met 'n Joel and it's like a vibe. En jy sit daar so and you meet new people that loves that kind of music as well. En dit is vir my ek het dit nog nie gedoen nie. Ek was in Manhattan geweest, ek en Anel my vrou.
Sure.
Maar ons was bang geweest dis 'n dodgy deel van die dorp toe gaan ons. Dis 'n taxi. That was before Uber and everything. So in 'n taxi, ek was bang geweest dis 'n dodgy deel, so ek wou let's rather just go.
Typical South African, eh?
Streetwise.
What's one thing, because you've been so, and I'm grateful for the fact that you've been so honest and so transparent with yourself throughout your journey, but what's one thing that people maybe don't know about Jakkie Louw?
Jo, okay, so ek is baie lief vir houtwerk. Ja, ek werk met my hande.
Joinery and
so
building?
ek maak goed uit hout en tafeltjies en stokkies en goed. So net so vir 'n gestalkie toe ek nog in Bellville gebly het. Ek is nou al lank in Pretoria, maar toe ek in Bellville gebly het ek vir my ouma se aftreeoord het ek hierdie badmaatjies met die hout plankies gemaak.
Ja.
Ek het een foutjie gemaak. daar wat jy hom so in die middel sit, die dwarsbalkies het ek, jy moet hom aan die kante sit. Dus jy so 'n stukkie van die kant af sit en jy trap hom aan, gaan jy. En ek het 48 in die ou huis verkoop daarvan. Ek het nooit weer gehoor van hulle nie. Ek is baie jammer. Ek het myself ingemaak. Kyk na my marmerie. So ek is baie jammer, Sunny. As dat nie geval het, ek is baie jammer.
This is the platform to apologize. I love that, Jakkie Louw. All right, entertaining, we know it, and also singing straight from the heart. Jackie's here ready to perform yet another performance called Laste Wees, and we can't wait. Jakkie, please take to the stage.
Awesome.
Let's get into it.
Absolutely loving the energy coming through right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Zanzi, if you have anything you want to say to our superstar of the day, then come through on our socials, share some love, because I think that's what it's about, self-love, especially ahead of Mental Health Awareness Month for men, and I think for everybody in general. These are conversations that are being sparked by his great music. So again, grateful to have him out here, being transparent, allowing us to resonate with him. And for now, though, it's time for him to give it back to us and allow us to be entertained. Jakkie Louw, it's back to you, brother.
So hierdie liedjie se naam is Laaste Wees. Hy kom eers uit in Augustus en my pa is al ouer en my ma is so 7 jaar jonger as hy en ek het vir my pa gesê, weet, my ma gaan die laaste persoon as sy pa gaan soen, die laaste asem, die laaste dans, waarskynlik die laaste persoon wat pa in die oë gaan kyk. En dis my so 'n mooi idee as jy al so lank saam is, maar imagine jy trou nou en jy sê vir daai girl, jy gaan my laaste soen wees, my laaste liefde vir my lewe. So hierdie is 'n splinternuwe sang, julle is die eerste mense wat hom gaan live hoor. Hierdie is my laaste.
Geluk. My dae is kort, my jare vlieg verby. Is my vandag, vir altyd my ewigheid. Jy sal my laaste wees, my laaste soen. Jy sal my laaste wees, niemand kan alle storms afkeer, keer op keer. Ek wil dit vir jou sweer. Ek soek jou meer en meer. Maar hier en nou, ek is so bitter lief vir jou. Jy sal my laaste wees, my laaste soen. Laaste wees. Ons toekoms glimlag breër as die horison. Jou klere reflekteer, glinster oral son. Sal ek en jy vir altyd so verlief kan bly. Soeter as wyn, jy so vir my kry. Jy sal my laaste wees, my laaste soen. Jy sal my laaste wees, niemand kan dit keer nie. Ons dans in die reën is 'n liefdesfees, maar jy sal my laaste wees. Jy sal my laaste wees. Jy sal my laaste wees.
Wow, come on now. How can you not feel good after that music?
Oh, my goodness.
Jakkie Louw, please take your bow, man. You absolutely deserve it. And we're not going to allow you to go anywhere because we're going to ask you to stick around and have some little bit of a moment or two, just to have a dipping moment. I think it's so important. And it's also important to start dreaming, right?
Yes, please. Every single day use an opportunity to dream. And sometimes it actually starts at home. Now, we wanted to know your must-haves when it comes to your dream home, and especially made possible by our friends at Leroy Merlin. And we'll get into all those details straight after this very short break. So we'll see you now.
Dream.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, you beautiful soul. I see you, and well done for tuning in. Now listen, this is a moment for you to do the following. I want you to dream. And if you could design your dream home from scratch, would you rather have a walk-in closet the size of a bedroom or a kitchen made for a master chef? Well, we asked you to tell us about your dream home and the must-haves, and y'all have come through with some pretty cool ideas. I like it.
I hope somebody said all of the above. Let's see. Nama Bana. Good morning to our awesome Expresso team. If I could design my dream home, I'd want a walk-in closet the size of a bedroom. There you go. A kitchen made for a master chef and a huge backyard for my fur babies.
Love the last line.
That's beautiful, Nama.
Perfect. That's a perfect home right there. Let's see what Mario says. Mario Mac says, tough, tough, tough. Am I what I eat or am I what I wear? Well, kitchen will always take center stage because that's where ideas happen. And you know, they say the kitchen is literally like the heart of the home. So you nailed that answer.
Beautiful stuff right there. Theoline Morgan, good morning to you. I'd rather have a master chef kitchen because I'm always in the kitchen. I love baking and cooking. That's my kind of person.
I agree. And listen, when you have guests over, like they can enjoy the kitchen. They might not enjoy your bedroom closet.
Not all of them.
We've got another one from Tembekile Mgidi who says, good morning. I'd rather have a big modern kitchen fit for a master chef. I love cooking, baking, and just experimenting with different flavors. Well, Tembekile, I'm sure you're loving what Sumaya has brought today because the chocolate variety that we've got, I'm sure you are loving the show.
I can't wait to taste it. It's going to be so fantastic. Keep on letting us know which of the two or more you prefer for your dream home one day. And I'd absolutely love to hear. And our friends at Leroy Merlin would definitely also pay attention because they say your space shapes your story. And if you've ever dreamt of the ultimate kitchen or bathroom glow up, you'll want in on this one right here.
Definitely do. Now, Leroy Merlin has officially opened its stunning new store in Centurion, and it's a design lover's dream. I want you to think beautifully created showrooms, sleek kitchen finishes, and bathrooms that feel like five-star escapes. So whether you're planning a full reno or just love a little inspo, listen, here's how Leroy Merlin is helping South Africans turn home goals into gorgeous reality.
Step into a world with endless design possibilities, because right here at Leroy Merlin Centurion, their kitchen and bathroom showroom are bursting with ideas to elevate every corner of your home. And whether you're looking for something more modern or contemporary vibes, or maybe you're just trying to add a little bit of timeless charm, this is the place for inspiration. This place is absolutely massive. It's like one of those stores that you just get lost in. Whether you're looking for woodwork, whether you're looking for landscaping, anything in your bathrooms, anything in your kitchen, whether you're looking for decor ideas or designs, this is really the place to be. It's got everything in one little section. It's your perfect Sunday getaway. As a style extraordinaire, Gavin, what I've noticed in the bathroom and kitchen showroom right here at Leroy Merlin is you guys have done something that is so impactful and also something that resonates with its audience. And the unveiling of the brand new bathroom and kitchen showroom is impeccable. Tell me, what kind of trends are you seeing from your customers walking in the showroom?
There's very much still an appreciation globally for bringing nature into the home. So the influence of Japandi and wabi-sabi styles is still really big. So bringing all of these beautiful organic textures and materials and combining it with really nice warm neutrals and earthy tones and expressing it in a way that's beautifully sort of minimal and clean creates these very serene, peaceful spaces that allows you to come home and completely relax and disconnect from the hustle and bustle. There's definitely a growing interest in country and farmhouse style homes. And what's really fantastic is sort of the mix of the traditional and the contemporary. Taking things that are instantly recognizable for those types of homes and blending them with more contemporary elements that makes it feel stylish and obviously very much here and now, but without losing the nostalgia and kind of the charm of those types of homes. And then of course, the desire for luxury just never dies. And so a neoclassic home will always be top of mind when it comes to a choice of style. Very much an expression of good taste and luxury.
What are you seeing a lot of inspiration coming from?
So I think the inspiration and the choice of style very much comes from both the feeling that a space evokes as well as the lifestyle that people live and potentially want to live. So if you're looking at maybe building a smart home for yourself that's more technologically advanced and you want the convenience of that, you might lend yourself more towards a minimal aesthetic. If you love the rusticity and kind of the beauty of an urban landscape with all of these industrial materials, you might lean more towards something industrial. And if you are like me, who is a little bit more expressive and creative and your home is kind of your canvas, then you maybe lean towards styles that allow for something more hyper-decorative. And I think when we created the showrooms, we very much had a look at trying to create showrooms that allowed the customer to take a journey through 5 very different styles and allow the customer to feel and sort of get inspired by what their kitchens and bathrooms potentially could be.
Take me through the process of what it's like to work with a customer and really helping them turn their dreams into a reality, Moses.
Here at Leroy Merlin, we don't just sell kitchens, but we craft experiences. So what we normally do is we work with the customer from every step of the way to bring their design into reality. We give the customer a survey to fill in. That survey, it outlines every processes and the customer has the opportunity to really tell us the budget that which they are willing to spend on the kitchen. We are very much flexible with our range of our kitchens. We start from the highest end to the lowest, meaning the customer is flexible to choose the price and the budget of their own. You will see that you have a very nice office whereby we have our design. It is specifically designed for our customer, whereby the customer can have the comfort in sitting with us and doing the design for them, taking them through the steps of our designs. It doesn't only end there, Carl. We go into the customer's house to give them their best designs and the installations ever.
You must have a favorite design element within these showrooms. Tell me, what is that?
So I really love the use of color in the kitchens and bathrooms and the mixing of complementary colors and maybe even some unexpected combinations that the consumer here hasn't necessarily seen yet. Particular favorite being that rich red and the dusty blue in my favorite bathroom. I shouldn't have favorites, but I do. I really like the use of the more decorative sort of elements in the country kitchen and bathroom, the moldings and kind of the mixing of handles and whatnot that really give it a more quirky feeling. And of course, in this kitchen, I especially love the extreme use of quartz, both for the island and then rolling from both the countertop into the backsplash as the sort of statements of understated grandeur.
From inspiration to installation, Leroy Merlin Centurion is where your dreams come to life. And you can visit in store or shop online at leroymerlin.co.za. And my feel-good family, all those home renovations that you have been putting off, I think it's time we get started.
Yo, how can you not be inspired when you walk into a place like that? It's like, oh, things that I didn't even want to change. You see it and you're like, okay, maybe I want to do that. That looks amazing. And clearly, get into a store like that, you're going to have those same feelings, I'm telling you.
It opens up your mind. So whether you're planning a full renovation or maybe just craving a bit of a refresh, Leroy Merlin's new Centurion store is the perfect place to start. Now, you can visit their showrooms in-store to explore all the possibilities and get expert advice to help you transform your space one stylish step at a time. And this is just my request to please come to Cape Town. I'm going to ask every time. We are waiting for Leroy Merlin in the mother city.
We don't have one out here.
No, we don't.
Definitely something we need. We need the inspiration. And speaking of inspiration, we're going to be inspired to have a little moment to just reflect and reveal a few things when it comes to Jakkie Louw. It's confession time, and it's going to get interesting. It involves a little dip or two.
Okay, I'm here for that. We also need to get back into the kitchen and finish off our delicious chocolates. Yes, we still have our patissier in the building to get into some culinary hotline bling.
Ting, ting, ting!
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes. Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, opening you up to so much of the good. And speaking of good, I think it's time for us to take a good moment and just reflect and maybe be more honest, because let's be honest for a second. Some days feel like a full-blown overload. There's deadlines flying. The phone is buzzing nonstop. Your brain is stuck on buffering. And that's when I know, listen, it's time to dip out, kettle on, and Omar Rusk in hand.
Oh, nice. I love that. I call that my do not disturb moment because I'm dipping right now. Without the break, hello burnout. We've all been there. Goodbye productivity. I love this for you.
I love
exactly.
this.
Sometimes you've got to step away from the chaos and just reset and have a moment like that.
Absolutely. No, sorry for speaking my mouth full, but it's full of the goodness right now. And I think this is what this morning is about. Omar wants to know, when life does get loud, how do you take a moment to dip out? Take a moment to center yourself and do it maybe with Omar Russ. And Jakkie, you're someone that I think is literally living in the chaos constantly. I mean, we were talking about the road shows that you got going on as well. Something that's definitely going to require a lot of your presence and attention. But you can't feed out of an empty cup, right?
Exactly.
How do you fill up your cup? How do you find that moment?
Ja, it's emotional, dink ek. Jy word emosioneel uitgeput. Conversation and showing for people.
Giving.
Vir my as ek voel dinge raak 'n bietjie hektiek, dan vertel ek 'n grappie vir iemand.
Sê vir 'n grappie. Ons wil 'n grappie hoor.
Can I hear one?
What do you call, wat noem jy 'n baie sad koppie koffie?
Wat?
'n Depresso.
Womp womp. Yeah, despite
All the dads out there are like, respect, man, respect.
They're sitting there with a pen and paper.
But I love it because look what it's resulted in. Us not
Exactly.
forgetting about anything other than the good stuff. Right?
Exactly,
And
yeah.
we're not worried about the stress and all those craziness.
Ja.
I like that. I'm gonna.
Los die mense met 'n smile op hulle gesig, you know.
Because the dad jokes are like that. What about you, Chris?
Do I have a dad joke?
No, maybe a dad joke. But, what's your dipping moment? Is it a dad joke?
It's not a dad joke. I've got one that I abuse. I use it way too much. My dipping out moment, I would say, I think I mentioned this the other day, in the afternoons, I always tend to take a moment because burnout, yes, it can exist overall, but even throughout your day, you can feel like, oh, it's a little bit too much. So that 3-4 o'clock dip is when I really just take a moment. Could be an hour, could be 15 minutes, and I just really spend time with myself to enjoy the moment.
Sure, yeah. I thought in the past I was someone that ran from my problems, Jakkie. But I don't run from my problems. I run into nature. So I find like that's like my solace. That's like my church. Whether it's the ocean, whether it's the mountain, it gives me a space to reflect in where there's no actual chaos. I can't hear any of the chaos. I can't see it. So out of sight, out of mind. And I think that then just literally presents an environment where you can't not thrive. I think everybody has something that they can gain from nature. So having a moment to escape the chaos, I literally run away from it and find my moment. So I'm thinking like a Jakkie Louw. We take him up in the mountain. We could get writing and create some new music
I've
there.
got a lot of songs about animals, jy weet.
Yeah, okay.
Ek was die pikkewyne, ek het die donkie.
We saw the donkey.
Jakkie Louw's
So I love nature.
Oh, yeah,
I love that.
Ja, ek hou van buite wees. Ek weet ou van diere. Ek bedoel, ons is Afrika. Ons het al die mooiste diere hier, so verstaan. Ek hou van die wildtuin. Ek is nie so mal oor dieretuine nie, want ek kry diere jammer dat hulle is al in hokkies en goeders, maar ek hou van die wildtuin. Ja, ek gaan elke jaar sien toe, ja.
I can see it in you, man. That authenticness comes
Okay, I
through.
got to ask you, Jakkie, who dip jy jou ouma rus?
Alright, so Rosaintjie moet onder wees.
There you go. Rule number
Dit is
one.
like 'n bietjie hard, nee.
Ask you why, but
So nee, ek vat hom so kyk, die ding is as die koffie warm is, nê, en jy vergeet die teelepel in die wasbak, dan moet jy die laaste bietjie op jou vinger brand, né?
Yes.
Ek het my laaste stukkie te hard.
I know some people do crazy things. They leave it in for so long that it almost like falls off.
Jy moet nie so lank hê want dan is dit pap.
Oh yeah, that's
Maar
true.
weet jy wat vir my maak mense baie naar? As jy klaar beskuit nou gedip het en jy druk 'n laaste bietjie koffie, daai laaste bietjie krummeltjie.
It's just floating there.
I don't like that. I heard that some people do it on purpose so that they can eat that
Dis
afterwards.
'n bietjie soos babakos.
Yes,
it's like a little breakfast. Oh man.
Jy moet so pap wees nie.
And then you enjoy.
Just guys, to these moments, I think, Jakkie, this is what it's really about. It's not just entertaining, but really getting to know you. And you do that so well through your music. And I want to say thank you for that because, like you said, you're writing for yourself, but so much of South Africa resonates with you because of that authenticness that you have, the raw, real passion. And I want to just say, please, give more of that to us because we are lapping it up. And especially this new wise version of Jakkie Louw. I love it, man. Older, wiser, and we're here for it.
And here with the advice, Vias Liv, he keeps telling us you got to start with you and then spread it all on out there. Listen, Expresso fam, we also want to know from you. You got to share your answer in the competition post on social media using that qualifying hashtag #DipOutWithOmo, and you could win 2,000 Rand cash plus. You could win a winter hamper packed with comfort and also with lots of crunch.
Don't forget that hashtag #DipOutWithOma, of course. And then the competition closes Monday, the 23rd of June. Now, your T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com. And a reminder, dip out, breathe in, and let Oma bring the calm to your chaos.
Beautiful.
Got you.
Dip out with Oma this winter. Tasty, filling, and oh so satisfying. The ultimate winter snack.
We're back in the kitchen. Things are looking amazing. Things are smelling so good. I've been snacking, I've been tasting, but we still have enough chocolate to finish it off. This is looking so good. You left us off when we had our perfect shells, and we started filling it with our paste. Let's just
Our
get a little,
pistachio kunafa
can we
filling.
do a little recap of what's in our paste?
Okay. In our paste, we have some white chocolate, some pistachio butter. So that's just pistachios that are ground up into a nice, smooth, buttery paste. Some tahini. We spoke about the sesame tahini. Yes, and some cocoa butter. And you'll see right now it's very firm because it's a bit cold today. So that's why the cocoa butter and the fat from the pistachio, the butter, has firmed up. So on a warmer day, you'll find that this filling will be much more runnier.
But we want it like that, because that's easier to work with?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right, right. We've got another voice note. Let's have a listen.
Hi.
It started. And then it didn't. They'll come back to us. Okay, cool. Okay. So let's fill it. So I've got the little fork. We only use a small amount of it, I see.
Yes, so we want to try and fill it just 3/4 way full on our shell. So that when we're trying to cap our shell, we're not going to get a spillage of filling out. And then what happens is...
Too much?
So what we'll do is we'll do a test. So if I scrape it and it's clean, then you know it's
okay,
good.
it's enough.
Yes.
Woo! Okay.
So we can fill the rest.
And then the chocolate is stayed at that temperature that we're talking about. And
Yes, yes. So that's a good thing about a melting pot. It's staying at the correct temperature. You just have to give it a mix every now and again to make sure that the cocoa butters are evenly distributed.
Get in there. Okay, let's listen to that voice now from Joanne. She's with us. Joanne.
So my question is, when it comes to melting down chocolates on the stove top, how do you do it? Because
you don't even need to tell me why, because I understand why, because...
Okay, so if you're using essentially what we'd call a double boiler, where it's a pot of simmering water with a bowl of chocolate above, it can be a glass bowl, it can be a stainless steel bowl, preferably not plastic, because plastic is quite porous. So you'll have simmering water, you'll have your chocolate in the bowl, not touching the water at the bottom, and the steam, the evaporation, is going to help melt down that chocolate. So that would be essentially the way of how you would use a stovetop double boiler method. And you would just mix it.
So I just want to go for Joanne again. So it's a pot, a little bit of water at the bottom. You've got a glass bowl that you're going to put your chocolate in. That glass bowl will rest on the pot while it's on the heat.
Not touching the
bowl
water.
Does not touch the water. It's the steam that's going to melt the chocolate. Talk about the microwave. Are you a fan of using the microwave?
I mean, in modern technology, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
There we go. So, Joanne?
Just you need to do it in segments, like 30 seconds intervals, so that you know not to burn the chocolate.
The thing about chocolate and water, again, when it comes to a double boiler, you also got to make sure that that water or that steam doesn't ever make its way into the bowl. So we spoke about...
Because then the chocolate's going to seize.
It's going to seize. And you can eat it, but it's not going to be good for anything.
It's not going to be a good texture either.
No. So that's why keeping a cloth is always amazing in the kitchen when you're working with chocolate.
Yes.
So when you take that bowl off the pot, you can actually, you've got your cloth ready to wipe that excess moisture. And we spoke about some tips that I want to actually tell our viewers. If we are getting, we all get here, but if you are getting into chocolate when you're starting as a beginner, what advice do you have for our viewers?
So as I said earlier, a thermometer. A thermometer, you can see I got 2 here, just to double check everything. Although there's a thermostat in that melter. And then practicing. And I think from experience, that's how you get better at your techniques.
Absolutely.
It comes with experience. If you feel you need to read up about the science of chocolate, what actually happens, why certain things happen in chocolate, that will also help you become better at starting your chocolate journey.
Your chocolate journey. Everybody should start a chocolate journey.
Definitely.
I love that. Okay, so we've got our tray, we've got our filling done. We're going to add the feet. You call it?
So we're going to cap it.
We're going to cap it. That's the word.
Yes, we're going to cap it.
So I've given it a mix.
So yes, you remember that. So our
Yes.
cocoa butters are evenly distributed. So you just want to coat the top of all the cavities.
Can I go?
Yes, go
And
for
so
it.
I'm guessing you kind of start from the top and work your way down.
and work your way down. So we're going to go down one line, then we're going to do the next one. And it's okay if it spills over the side. That's fine. We can always just clean it up.
There we go. It's so satisfying doing this.
Isn't it?
I could do this the whole day. It's like meditation.
Yeah, so I don't actually have a job. I have like playing with chocolate every day.
Playing with chocolate therapy. And it smells amazing because the chocolate's at that temperature we spoke
So we
about.
just want to cover the top ones, yes.
Because it smells, because it's at this temperature, it's got this beautiful scent of like, not just chocolate, but like it's floral.
Yes.
There's a lot going on.
So you can clean the sides, and as we did previously for the shells, you can give it a good tap as well.
Okay, so we're going to give it a tap to the side?
Yeah, so we're going to use our same tool to tap, just so that there's no air bubbles. And then now so you can see the air bubbles coming up. So you can just clean the sides again if you like.
And when the chocolate gets on the end of the thing, you can't... No.
Yes, you can just clean it up like
There we go. Okay, so I got the bubbles that came out, and now we're going to go clean
So we're going
side.
to scrape the sides. Yeah, we can use the
Okay, can I
side.
do that?
Yeah, that's
And then
good.
straight down.
And then we're going to go in one smooth motion all the way down at a 45-degree angle.
45, but protracted there. There. Is
Yeah,
that it?
so a little bit higher on this hand.
Like that?
Yeah. So we're going to lift this up a little bit. Yes,
And
45
hold.
degrees down. Yes, perfect.
Is it?
Almost. I think that's good.
Good enough.
I think that's good.
Can be sold. Okay, so let's pretend this was perfectly done.
I
and now
think
it's
it's good.
Thank you. And now it's set. Let's move on to the next step. When
So
you
what we're
actually...
going to do is we're going to put that in the fridge for just about, say, 3 minutes, just to set quickly, and then we're going to bring it out. So the fridge isn't a place where the chocolate lives, but just to set it instantly, we're going to place it in the fridge.
There we go. And you've got the one that's done for us already.
Yes.
And we're going to turn that out. And also, South Africa, I want to know, do you recognize this plate? Do you recognize this plate? It's like, this is like the official South African plate. There's so many South African homes that have this plate. Please let us know if you do have it. Or, you know what, even better, take a picture of you holding this plate and send it to us on Facebook, and we're going to put it all over social media. This is yours from your home.
Yes.
I've got the
It's
same
my
plate.
mom's.
My mom's got the same plate. I've got the same
I think
plate.
every mom got one.
Everybody, where's your plate at? Okay, anyway, moving forward.
So we have our chocolate bonbons that's already made. So I'm just going to put this to the side. And I'm just going to tap it out. So what we can do is we can just give it a good tap.
That is very gentle. I would be there, elbow dropping it. Oh, but it comes out so easily.
So, as I said before, polycarbonate, very strong. And that's our chocolate bonbons.
Look how shiny and beautiful.
Wow.
I need to call all my friends into the kitchen. All 2 of them. Or 3. Or 3. Why not? Everyone in. Look what I made. I mean, I didn't make it. Pretend. Chef Sumaya. And it matches your dress.
With the help of Chef Clem.
These are absolutely beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much, Chef Sumaya.
Wow.
Sumaya, that looks too good to even eat, though.
And we're going to slice one open.
Yes, so let's do the cut. I think that will be good. Chef Clem, you want to do the honors?
I think you should.
I should,
spend
okay.
so much time on making it so
let's
beautiful.
do one. Anyone.
Wow,
So,
Jakkie, have you had one of these before?
Nee.
Wow, first time.
Like just Kersfeesballetjies.
They do. You can literally like hang them up on the
Kerstboom,
tree.
yeah. It's beautiful.
So, Maya, you have absolutely shown off. Look at the cut.
Whoa!
So,
the inside is amazing.
And that's the knapper
filling.
Filling.
Yes.
Are we going to snack?
Yes.
We need to like give Jakkie a proper intro. This is his first time having something this good.
Maar ek wil vir julle waarskynlik ek dans as iets my lekker is.
We can.
I saw dancing, so...
Oh, you good? So if there's a dance, we know it's good.
Jammer.
But you're not allergic to anything, are you?
Nee, glad nie. Kom kyk.
Not the fat
Only one way to find out.
Met 'n kombyt of 'n insit.
What would you say, is it one big one, one big bite, or we should go through the half, feel a bit of that texture? Half.
Okay, Jakkie, let's go, bro.
Okay.
Cheers, man.
I was going to do the whole thing.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Here.
Oh, the crunch.
I'm hearing the crunching happening. Wow, 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 wow. These are beautiful.
Wow.
Dit is ongelooflik lekker. Wow.
Chef.
It's Moorish. I just want like
Yo.
the whole plate.
There's a journey of texture going on here. There's a crunch, there's a smoothness, there's a valviness.
creaminess.
Velvet? That's the word? I've lost my
English.
words.
English.
What English has gone into this
Third
thing?
language.
Oh, man.
School.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
It's so delicious, and you can taste the love and effort that went into it. That's the
Yes.
thing. So when people talk about why is Dubai chocolate so expensive, this is why. So much went into absolutely every single element that went into this bonbon. Mark it up. Mark it up. It is so insane.
Wow. I'm transported. I don't know where I am, but it's not here right now.
It's amazing. South Africa, you've been amazing. Chef Sumaya, also to let you know, if you want your own custom chocolate made,
Yes.
I mean, how about that? Contact her on the socials. Everything, all the information's there for you for corporate events. She does it all. We're going to do a team building. So amazing. Thank you so much, Chef, for
Yes,
joining us.
please.
Thank you.
To the team in the kitchen, please help
Do
yourself.
we deserve more?
Help yourself.
Definitely.
Wow, now we must
Help
all
yourself.
share this. Okay, Raul, I'm going to give you a piece there. That's for you.
Oh, well, listen, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. A lot of this chocolate goodness and magic is going to be replicated in the form of entertainment and all the rest of the good stuff happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Wow, that was delicious.
That was your portion.
Oh, well, thank you. Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand.
complete with premium Caesar stone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by Absa. Head to your nearest Easy Life Kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're about to make you feel real good, especially if you go and buy your Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 tickets for mind-blowing 109 million Rand in total estimated jackpots today. It's happening this Wednesday. Don't delay.
Jesus.
Play the Lotto now. There's firstly the estimated 78 million Rand in the Lotto.
Okay.
There's 18 million Rand in Lotto Plus 1 and 13 million Rand in Lotto Plus 2. That's a lot of millions.
That's a lot of millions. That's
Yeah.
a lot of bonbons that could be bought with your money. So buy your tickets now in store. You could head over to nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app, cell phone banking, or just dial *120 *7529# for USSD to access the money.
Yeah, now we want you to win the money. So we put these details on Expresso's social media pages, so go check it out right now. And you can make sure you get yourself in the running to win big. Play Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for a mind-blowing 109 million Rand in total estimated jackpots. But it's happening today, so get involved and good luck.
One man that I know will enjoy all the millions, should he have it, is definitely Jakkie Louw, and he's making us feel like millionaires today. Here he is with that final performance to send us into our midweek. Take it away, Jakkie.
Alright, so hierdie is vir jeugdag, vir al die maatjies wat nou kyk, die kinders. Hierdie is die 3 varkies, die regte storie vir die 3 varkies en die Gen Z wolf. Wel, die eerste varkie was 'n regte Gen Z, wat nooit geluister het na sy ouers nie. Toe een mooi dag kom die wolf aangestap, hy klop aan die deur. Kap, 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 as julle aanhou raas, gaan ek hierdie huis afblaas. Hy sê, varkie, laat my in. Nie by die haar van my ken, ken, ken. Varkie, laat my in. Nie by die haar van my ken, ken, ken. Hy raas, hy blaas sy huis om. Hy raas, hy blaas sy huis om. Wat die tweede varkie was 'n regte Gen Z, pink hare en 'n blou gitaar. So een mooi dag kom hy wolf weer aangestap en hy klop aan die deur en maak so kap, kap, kap. As julle aanhou raas, gaan ek hierdie huis afblaas. Hy sê, varkie, laat my in. Nie by die haar van my ken, ken, ken. Varkie, laat my in. Nie by die haar van my ken, ken, ken. Hy raas, hy blaas sy huis om. Hy raas, hy blaas
Hy blaas sy huis om. Op die derde varkie was die basgitaarspeler. Daar was vibes in die garage met die geklop aan die deure. Die wolf sê, kom uit varkies, ek's honger. Maar die varkies se band se garage gaan oop en die band bos die wolf weg en sê: Wat so jou varkievreter? Varkie, laat my in. Nee, by die haar van my ken. Varkie, laat my in. Nee, by die haar van my ken. Hy sê varkie, laat my in. Varkie, laat my in. Varkie, laat my in. Nee, by die haar van my ken. Wow!
Absolutely loved it. Jakkie Louw, please take a bow. You deserved it. And just like a wolf, you blew the Expresso house down, baby. Absolutely grateful for you sharing so much of your reel. And I think to everybody this morning, Chef Clem on the Culinary hotline, Bring and Sumaya, for allowing us to discover that chocolate is delicious. And oh, I want some more.
I think I'll grab some more right now. Remember to make it at Expresso Show. ExpressoShow.com is where you find it. We'll see you on Thursday to get the weekend started. Bye.
Another feel-good production.